What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is finally Friday. Y'all know what that means. That means we about to have us a good old time today. Oh my goodness, y'all. First and foremost, let me apologize for the late start. They done messed up the baby's food. I tried to get the baby some food, and then they came, and then it came wrong, and I had to go cook something else for him last minute. So I apologize for the tardiness, but you know the baby's got to eat. By the way, let me just say real quick, shout out to my man Terrence for the $10 cash app. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You sent $10 for the babies to eat, and well, that's what it went to because they straight up went to eat right there. And thank you again for that other $20 cash app as well. Thank you, brother. By the way, what's up? I'm E-Man. I am your host for today. We are going to talk about the news from the week. We have so much stuff to talk about. We got HBO news. Well, I guess we can't call it HBO no more. We got an update for Blade. We got the Marvels getting hated on. There's a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff that came out during the week. We got new movies that are getting sequels, and it's a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna do my best to go through as much stuff as possible, and hopefully get y'all just in and out without staying here too late. Let's hope it don't get too late. But just so that we can do this, or before we get started, please make sure, in case you want to join in on the conversation, subscribe to the channel. That's right. This is going to be only for subscribers to weigh in and bring the conversation to life. So if you want to talk, if you want to chat, go on and hit that subscribe button right now. I know a lot of y'all been eating off them free views. Hey, it's all good. You know, it don't cost you nothing to hit subscribe so you could join in on all the fun. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button too. Okay, but I'd appreciate it. I really would. All right. So what else? Do we have any other housekeeping notes? I don't think so. Shout out to the replay gang, by the way. Appreciate y'all watching a little bit later on. It's all good. So let's do some quick shout outs and get started with this. We have Rim17. You already know what to do. Y'all get those likes up, hit that notification bell, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Shout out to Rims and the Mod Squad and all the vets in the building. Appreciate y'all and all the hard work. Matto is back in the building. What's going on? Thank you so much. Oh, you gonna catch it on replay? All good. Thank you so much. Rabbit White, what's up? How are you? Thank you so much. Don't worry, we'll talk about the Marvels a little bit later. Let's see. Minister Crush, what is going on? How are you doing? My man Tane is here. Thank you so much for being here. Great. What's up? How are you? Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. My man Reese is here. Thank you so much for being here. AJ, what's up? How are you? Thank you so much. Terrence, oh man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. The little ones appreciate it as well. Appreciate that so much. 60 plus is here. Hello. Good to see you. You moved today. Listen, let me tell you something. There is one thing I learned. The moment I passed the threshold of 30, I ain't moving nothing by myself no more. When I tell you the last time we moved and I rented a truck, had the fam and friends come out, and the way my back was hurting, my knees was cracking, I was like, how much it costs to get some movers? I don't care. Whatever the cost, that's what we gonna do. So you just brought up some memories for me right there. I ain't no way I'm ever moving nothing. But don't call me to move. Unless you got like 2 boxes, don't call me to move nothing because it ain't happening. Okay. I will pay for somebody else to do that work. It ain't in me no more. Okay. It's above me now. But thank you so much. And I hope the move went well for you. Kid Mello, what's up? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Pamela, hello. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Miss Harper. Hey, listen, I'm glad this worked out for the both of us. Okay. I'm glad you was able to watch it, or you able to join us after coming home from work. But thank you so much for being here. My man, Angel Gonzalez, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Corey, hello. Good to see you. Let's see. We got another member of the Mod Squad with Kristen Pratt. Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here as well. Shauna, hello. Good to see you. Kimmy, what's up? How are you? Pierre, what's going on? Let's see. John, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here. Snaps, Natalie, the homie coming through. Thank you so much. Not on the Stairmaster tonight. That's okay. Hey, rest is also important. But I'm 10 pounds down. Okay now. Okay. No, yeah. Like that. Recasting myself as slim and healthier for the summer, eating more plant-based. All right. Okay now. Come through, Slim. Okay. We see you. Well, not really see you because it's only the thumbnail. But hey, so happy to hear that. Listen, I'm trying to get my plan started soon. Listen, I got my little water here. You know, that's the start. That's my little start, you know, and hopefully I could join you on that journey of losing 10, if not more. So I'm with you on. See, I like that motivation. I like that. That you done got me started. I'm feeling good about this now. I'm about to go hit the gym. They got a new gym that opened up too. Boy, listen, Natalie, congratulations. So happy for you. And thank you so much for that. CJ, what's up? Good to see you. Mama Jay's in the building. Thank you so much for being here. My man DJ Payne is here. What's up? Who else? Chill Spot, good to see you. Haitian Blue, Sock Passe. Treese, what's up? How are you? Rhonda, what's going on, homie? My man Nelson V is back at it. Thank you so much. Zia Latrice, thank you so much for the contribution. Hello, Avengers, and happy Friday. Thank you so much, and happy Friday right back to you. Talented one, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. Siobhan, hello. Good to see. Wait a minute. Siobhan, did you shorten your name? Because what wasn't it Siobhanista? I think I got that right this time. Siobhanista, you sure? Okay. You ain't shortening it for me, did you? If you did, thank you. So I don't struggle. But either way, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. But anyway, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Christy, hello. Good to see you too. Always a pleasure. Let's see. Soto, what's up? Sinbad, hello. Puma Lee, what's going on? Good to see you. Tyrone, what's up? How are you? Who else? Edit, hello. Alexander, what's up? The homie Tyra is back. Always a pleasure. Metal X, what's going on? Poor man, hello. Who else I saw? There we go. My man Matthew Collins, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Oh, come on now. We can't miss Deborah. Deborah, hello. Good to see you too. Dwight, hello. Boss, what's up? How are you? Mitch, what's going on? Thank you so much. My man Derek Gaines is back. Another top vet in the building. Toby, what's up? How are you? Famous Jay, how you doing? Eric, what's up? Theo, how you doing? Who else we got? Callow, there we go. Callow, what's up? How are you? Stu, hello. Ricky, what's up? Ricky! I know people do that. I know somebody does that to you. I know somebody does that to you. Old Dirty, what's up? How are you doing? Let's see. Do we have any more? Cal Payne, I'm trying to go fast. Sean, Brother Voodoo, Quiet One, what's up? Loyalty is Love, Sunspot, Elliot, Deshaun, what's up? And shout out to everybody that has made it out tonight. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to be here tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you decided to take some time and watch this little old YouTube channel, and this critic definitely appreciates it. Nelson V, what's going on? Ended my NYC B-Day trip, but can't miss this live. Yo, my man Nelson V's got a birthday. Brother, thank you so much for the contribution, but happy birthday or belated birthday to you. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed yourself along the way. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Who else we got? Kim and Jay. Kimmy, what's going on? I need that shirt, E-Man. Happy Friday. Oh, okay. Listen, if y'all like this, I'll make it for you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Don't let me forget, at least by, you know what? Let me take some notes. Hold on. I'm about to take a note for you right now. I got you. I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to put it on the channel. I got you. Say less. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Are we about to start? Okay. All right, let's get y'all know how we do. We about to go through some of the news, get through the small stuff, get to the big stuff later. Let's get this out the way real quick. Unfortunately, some news had came out not too long ago. It was actually a couple days ago that apparently Jamie Foxx has been rushed to the hospital and he was basically having some sort of medical condition. We don't exactly know what that condition is yet. We are hoping that everything or whatever it is that's going on with him is something that can be remedied soon. There were some internet talk that maybe he might have suffered a stroke. The only update we really had at first was from his daughter. She was the one that went on the Instagram and basically said that, yo, thanks to, some quick help, by the quick medical attention, they were able to get him to the hospital and to get him, whatever attention that he needed. We do have some quick updates here. Earlier it said that Jamie is doing a lot better and even joking with his family. That said, we're told that the medical emergency was serious and doctors still haven't gotten to the bottom of what happened to him. A little bit later, some more sources told TMZ Jamie Foxx suffered a medical emergency Tuesday morning and was taken to the hospital. We're told his condition was serious enough that Jamie's family, some of whom were not in town, came to the hospital. One source told us he's communicating now, and that's good news. So, again, we don't know what the situation is. We don't know what is going on with him. The way that the news came, I mean, the fact that they had to catch it quick, I don't know if this was a heart attack. I don't know if it was a stroke, but clearly it was something that, to me, when I hear that your family had to come out of town, that does evoke the sense that it is serious. But I am so happy that he is at least awake and he is joking, he's communicating with his family. That in itself is a very good sign, I think. And I am happy to at least hear that amount of news. I was a little disappointed though when I started seeing some of the news articles, because some of the articles were saying stuff like, oh, Jamie Foxx's producers are scrambling, to like do this and do that with the movies. And I'm sitting here like, don't know, who cares? Who cares? I don't care about them movies. I care about this man's life. We don't even know what's going on with it. I don't care about that. Why do y'all even care? Delay the movie. Stuff happens. I mean, because to me, Jamie Foxx is a generational talent. Okay, this guy, like, I mean, from In Living Color on, okay, Oscar award winning, two-time Oscar, multiple time nominated. Like, this dude is everything. Okay, like he sings, he can dance, he can act. My man does it all. Okay, so I don't care about whatever movie got a little hindered. I understand people got to get paid, things got to get done, but this man's life potentially was on the line and he had to go to the hospital. That should be the only news going right now, in my opinion. That should be the only thing people should be concerned about. Is he okay? What's like the update? Kind of like with Jeremy Renner. Like when Jeremy Renner was hurt, I didn't hear nobody talking about like, well, what about the Avengers? What about Hawkeye? Didn't nobody care about that. We was worried if the man could even walk. Okay, so let's just to the other news outlets out there, chill out. Just keep us updated on the man's health, and then when he's up and able, and if he's good, then we could talk about all that other stuff. But let's get to the real stuff that matters now. Anyway, so like I said, very, very happy that Jamie Foxx is doing well. And yes, that was kind of scary to even hear that he was having that type of emergency. So it is very good to hear that. Now, let's move on a little bit. I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but the Fyre Festival. Do y'all remember that from Netflix? There was a whole thing. I never knew nothing about Fyre this, Fyre that. This is the thing with Ja Rule. This is the thing where whatever the guy's name, Billy McFarland or whatever, they had come together to put together this big old party. Had all the celebrities, had all the people going. And it was a whole bamboozlement. Okay, all of that was terrible. It was a whole fraud, a whole scam. Okay, not one person got paid. Money came and went. It was the hot fire mess. Okay, it was a fire of mess. I mean, the creator, Billy, he went to jail. He went to jail for fraud. Okay, spent a whole year in prison. But guess what? Now he's out. Okay, he's out, and you know what that means? It's back on and popping. Yes, a year out of prison. Fyre Festival 2 is finally happening. Oh my God. That's right. My man went straight to Twitter and was like, yo, Fyre Festival 2 is finally happening. Tell me why you should be invited. I'm not. If it wasn't for the Netflix documentary, I wouldn't even care about this. I honestly would not care. I wouldn't even talk about it. It wouldn't matter to me. But the mere fact that this guy just didn't learn his lesson. Like, what was the point of prison? What was the point? Because now I'm just really wondering, what do you need to go back? Because you clearly ain't finna make this happen. Okay. But anyway, I would just say this. If you just want some quick comedy, go watch that Fyre Festival documentary. Because the documentary, and by the way, what was the guy's name? The helper. What was it Andrew or whatever? Y'all know who I'm talking about? The guy who had to get it done, was gonna do anything by all means necessary. Y'all remember who I'm talking? The white guy with the white hair, gray hair. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? Listen, I was not expecting it to go that far. I was not expecting that documentary to get that bold. Okay, I'll just say that. But if you have not seen it, I'd encourage you to watch it. It's funny because of how crazy it is. They was wild. Okay, and I'm talking about from the top down. Everybody involved was wild. But anyway, y'all can check that out if you want to, because I know people talking about Freaknik and all that stuff. Listen, Freaknik is one thing. Okay, this was a whole nother dumpster of fire and craziness. Okay, that was a whole nother thing. All right, but anyway, y'all let me know if y'all going to Fyre Festival 2 in the comments down below. I'd be very curious to see who gets that invite. Let's move on. Okay, we got a Stranger Things update. So we know that Stranger Things, obviously one of Netflix's most popular series on the streaming platform, and the fifth season is supposed to be the final one. But now we have an update of what else is going to be happening, because of course, why would they stop trying to make money, right? So right now it looks like Stranger Things will be concluding after after 5 seasons on Netflix, but the universe is expanding, and that's because an untitled animated series will be coming to Netflix. That did get a green light. So we are going to get an animated series of Stranger Things. However, it is unknown what it will be about. So we have no idea what this new Stranger Things is going to be about. We just know that it's happening. And the real question is, what do you think the new series will be about? I'm wondering if it's going to be about the adventures of the other gifted children. I'm wondering if maybe they do something with the Upside Down. Or they could tell a story maybe of like what happens after. Maybe they could tell the story of like what happens after, because they can't keep telling these kids stories because they're not kids no more. I mean, look, Millie Bobby Brown or whatever, like she just got engaged. She's not no 12-year-old little girl no more. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm curious, what do you think the animated series will be about for Stranger Things? Or what story would you like it to cover? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did y'all ever see Twister? Because apparently they're doing a Twister 2. And Glenn Powell's gonna be in it, and Daisy Edgar Jones. I have no idea who she is. I know Glenn Powell from Top Gun. I don't know who Daisy is, but apparently they're gonna do Twister too. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even remember Twister because I remember when I was younger, Twister seemed stupid to me. Like at 96, what was that? Godly, how old was I? Maybe 13, 12, 14. I don't know. However old I was around then. I was like, why are y'all making a movie about a tornado? Now I'm from the Midwest. Okay. Like I understand we had tornadoes, warnings, stuff like that. I get that. I keep my tail inside. So for me, it made no sense to watch any movie that had people running into tornadoes, running around tornadoes. I'm like, that's a different type of stupid. What are you doing this for? For what? Why? That's like watching a movie of somebody saying, I'm gonna go surf I don't know, a hurricane, a tsunami, or something. Like what? Why? Go somewhere. Ooh wee! Yikes! Anyway, they doing a sequel, and here's the thing: I didn't know this because again, I didn't really care about the movie. I watched it a long time ago, but I didn't care about it. But like, it made $500 million. So when this movie came out, again, I wasn't checking for it when it came out originally, but like, this thing made a lot of money, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. That is really wild that this thing made $500 million. And I want to say the budget was only like 20 something million. So that was a good turnaround. They flipped that real quick and easy. And now they're saying that this new one is going to be, the new story is not a sequel per se, nor is it expected to bring back old characters. The studio is describing it as a new chapter in the story. Edgar Jones will star in the project as a former storm chaser who, after surviving a disastrous tornado encounter, now works a desk job. However, she will soon be forced to, you guessed it, go out into the breach once more. So you mean tell me you had to go out, mess around with a tornado, you clearly scarred from it, and something is going to make you go back out there again? Listen, that's got to be a special something. Like, unless it's my kids, which my kids would never be out there, I'm not going back out there. Nah, oh my gosh, the tornado's back. What are we going to do? Stay in? Go to the basement? Just keep away from windows? Bye. Like, what? No. But, here's my thing. I just don't think, and I'm not saying Twister was a bad movie. I'm not saying that. But I just think that there was a time when these movies feasted in the theaters. Late 90s, early 2000s, you had Day After Tomorrow. You had like all these other movies. I think even 2012, I don't know. I think that bombed though. But you had all these disaster movies. Oh, the earth, something crazy is happening with nature. And after a while, it just kind of tanked. Even The Rock, what was that, 2015 with San Andreas? Did y'all watch that? Did y'all watch San Andreas? Like, disaster movies, I don't think they have as much appeal as they used to. Even Jon Snow, Kit Harington did Pompeii, volcano exploding. Why y'all buy volcanoes? Like, why are y'all out there? For what? It's a volcano at any time could erupt and I can't outrun it. Why would I live there? I don't know. Anyway, are y'all interested in a sequel, but not really a sequel to Twister? Does that sound like something interesting? The cast seems decent, I guess. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm not interested. Like, unless y'all showed me a Fyre no pun intended, a fire looking trailer. Y'all gonna have, I'm not interested, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to go rewatch Twister because I don't remember it being good, but that was a long time ago. So maybe I need to watch it with different eyes. I don't know. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comments. Natalie back at it. Only Twister I know is the rapper. You watching Beef? First of all, shout out to Chi-Town for that one, because that's Twister. You know, that's Chicago now. Come on now. We know that. As for Beef, I've been telling y'all to watch Beef. I've been saying that. I've already seen it. Okay. I seen Beef already. Beef is wild. Beef is crazy. Beef is really good, in my opinion. It reminds me, just to give you a little quickie, it reminds me of the unapologetic approach that Atlanta had, Donald Glover's Atlanta. I really enjoyed it. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the writing was superior. The writing was fantastic. The way every episode connects, how one episode in episode 3 connects with episode 8, and all this stuff keeps on escalating to like this crazy, crazy crescendo. Beef is great. I'd recommend it. So to answer your question, yes, I have seen it and I like it a lot. So I would definitely recommend it to anybody who has not seen it yet. All right, let's move on. Who else? Famous, what you got? I am waiting on the Titanic remake. Can we save Jack this time? Rose, move your butt over. It's been 84 years. Move over. But yes, it depends on who's doing it. I mean, I don't like I remember when Titanic came out. I remember I had to go watch it, and when I watched it, did I have a date back then? I don't know if I had a date at that time. I don't know, but for some reason, I remember going back to watch it multiple times. Not by my choice, but I wasn't mad either. I wasn't mad. But I don't know if I care about a remake. Cause like for what? Like, can you really recapture the magic? I don't know. But if they do it, I'm gonna need Jack to survive. I'm gonna need Jack to survive, and I'm good with that. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I forgot. Usually on this program, what I like to do is give y'all the bad news first, and then we just kind of like go into like better stuff later, right? My bad. I got out of order and I forgot that there was a Spider-Man spinoff update, and this is bad news. I know a lot of people have been having a heart set on this, but don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Unfortunately, it is my responsibility to tell you guys this. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, but El Muerto has stopped its production. Yes, I know this hurts. If you guys like, we could take a quick moment of silence. All right. According to this, it seems like Bad Bunny's debut in a leading role in the cinema will take some more time, since the production of El Muerto has found itself in hiatus. This was announced by the representative of the Puerto Rican singer, assuring that despite what it looks like, the movie is not in danger of being canceled. Oh, whoo, woo. Okay, guys. All right. False alarm. False alarm. Listen, it's just a tiny little break. Okay, it's okay. Look, Bad Bunny's a little busy, but it's not canceled. It's not canceled. I'm sorry to send y'all off like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to make nobody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So El Muerto apparently will come at some time, whenever, however, for whoever wants to see it. Okay. Let's move on. Uh, or y'all can let me know how you feel about the terrible news. Let me know if you're in pain. Let me know. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. What else do we have? Oh, we got a Conjuring update. So I don't know about y'all, but I have been a huge fan of the Conjuring movies. So the Conjuring 1 and the Conjuring 2. Mwah, beautiful movies when it comes to pure, good, solid horror. Um, what made those two movies so great was the fact that James Wan, the director, was directing the movies. James Wan has given you not only the Conjuring movies, but he also gave you the first two Insidious movies. He also gave you the first Saw movie, right? He also went and directed Aquaman. So listen, James Wan, when he gets behind the camera in the director's seat, he does good work, very good work. However, and this has been a kind of a pain for me, whenever he goes and produces, it's not always so good. So the Conjuring 3, James Wan wasn't in that director seat, and you could tell immediately. And I think I gave that movie like a 5 out of 10. It was atrocious. It was so bad. And I understand that horror movies, I grade those kind of like a little easier because the whole genre be suffering. But that was a bad movie. Insidious 3 was a bad movie too. It wasn't good either. Again, James Wan wasn't directing. But what James Wan has done, at least successfully for him, is created a franchise. He's created a whole thing where like there are multiple movies and spin-offs that can be made. And apparently, this is where we're going to get the new Conjuring TV series, because that is what's going to be coming to HBO Max. And it says here that they're going to be developing a TV series based on the horror franchise. And James Wan is also in talks to serve, unfortunately, as executive producer. No writer is attached yet. We also do not know any plot details at the moment. HBO says only that the TV project will continue the story established in the feature films. So it is for that reason I'm not excited about this. Um, I like the fact that it's coming from James Wan. I do not like the fact that it is that he's not directing. That part I don't like. And the fact that it's a TV series, the reason why I'm a little iffy about that is because it I mean, I don't know what the story is, so I don't know if it's an anthology. I don't know if it's all connected. I don't know, but I get the feeling that it's not going to be that great. I get the feeling that you're not going to get the best directors to come in. You'll probably get a lot of rookie directors, a lot of people maybe Juan wants to train under his wing or something. I don't know. I need to see a trailer. I need to see something good. I'll give it a shot, but I'm not interested in it because he's not directing. If you tell me James Wan is going to direct a couple, that's a little different story. Now you have my attention. But nah. So anywho, even though I like the characters a lot, I like Patrick Wilson and them, like and Vera Farmiga, I like them a lot. I like the whole couple dynamic and how they go hunting demons and spirits and stuff. I like that, but this ain't it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I don't know. Maybe you guys like The Conjuring more than I do. What do you think about the Conjuring series? Do you think that it's worth checking out? Do you need to see more? Or you're not interested at all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Matthew, what you got? Giving you the side eye got me hoping that Trash was canceled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I appreciate the side eye and the donation, but listen, I gave you a little, I took a little, and I gave a little back. So sorry. But thank you so much for that. Let's see. Moving on. Let's not do that one yet. Let's do this one. Squid Games. All right. Now, in case you haven't heard, Squid Games has probably been one of the most, if not the highest rated number one show on Netflix. I don't know if it was better than Stranger Things or equal or but it was up there. Okay. I think it was the number one show. And, for people like myself who I like watching, Asian type of TV series or movies and things like that. This was right up my alley, right? I've watched the Alice in Borderland. Oh, great. I've watched Hellbound. There are a lot of Asian based films and TV series on Netflix that are actually really good. And Squid Games was probably like right up, right there at the top. So if you haven't watched Squid Games, I totally recommend that you go ahead and go do that. Now, despite the fact that they are already talking about doing season 2, like that's already in the works. You already know they got to change, they got to chase the money, right? They have to. There's been talks as well that they're going to do an American version of Squid Games. Now, in my opinion, I think that's a mistake. When I heard about the fact that they were going to do an American version of Squid Games, I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling that, because honestly, when you make American versions of some of these things, they don't always hit the same way. I'll give you the perfect example. One of the best horror movies, I'm sorry, yeah, it was a movie. One of the best horror movies I had ever seen, one of the best, was REC. REC. If you had any opportunity to watch REC, I'd strongly recommend to do that. But this movie, if I'm not mistaken, it was made in Spain. It was a Spanish movie. So obviously you're going to need subtitles. The way they shot that movie, that thing was amazing. It was one of the best. And I don't even want to tell you what it's about. I only want to tell you because I don't want to like spoil it or anything. However, they went ahead and made an American version of it, and it was called Quarantine. And it was terrible. I don't know how they messed it up. I don't know why they messed it up. They could have just shot it beat for beat, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So when I see things like that, and it's not the first time that's happened before. I want to say Old Boy. Oh my gosh. Old Boy was terrible. The Asian version of Old Boy, great. Classic. Oh my gosh, fantastic. The American version of Old Boy, trash. Cheeks, just nasty. It was just bad. So you go ahead and watch REC, Spanish version. Don't fall for that. And go ahead and treat yourself to REC 2. Because I need to go watch the rest of them. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm finna go watch the rest of them. But REC, I was like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Good job. But anyway. So when I hear about the American version of Squid Games, I'm sitting here like, bro, like y'all can miss me with this. Y'all gonna mess it up. It's an instant cash grab. I don't want it. However, according to this new rumor, hot rumor, just came out, fresh out the frying pan, this might be a game changer. Because according to this rumor, Netflix wants David Fincher to direct an American Squid Game remake. Whoa, buddy. Hold on. Let's read this. According to trusted industry insider Jeff Snyder, of the Hot Mic podcast, Netflix is courting David Fincher to produce and direct an American take on Squid Game. Snyder clarified that he has no idea if Fincher is actually engaging with frequent collaborator Netflix on the matter. Nevertheless, multiple sources claim that the streaming giant badly wants Fincher to tackle the project. Okay. In case you don't know who David Fincher is, let me tell you about this man's record real quick. Alien 3. Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Not as good as 1 or 2, but it was okay. This is the guy that brought you 7. Okay. Brought you Fight Club. Brought you Zodiac. Brought you the Social Network. Brought you The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Brought you Gone Girl. Went to the TV side and gave you House of Cards, Mindhunter, and did a couple episodes of Love, Death, and Robots. Sirs and ma'ams, you now have my attention, because if you could get David Fincher to come on here, oh, now you talking. Now you talk. This guy, I mean, when you go through his resume, matter of fact, if you go through his resume, he actually started off as a music video director. He directed things like he directed Michael Jackson videos. He directed Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z Suit and Tie. He did that video. David Fincher, I'm not gonna say he don't miss, but damn it, he got a high batting average. Okay, this man can hit. He can hit. So if he's attached, I'm still gonna be nervous about an American version of anything that, especially that we've already seen. However, if you're gonna make this work and get me on board, David Fincher is a good way to start. Okay, that's a good start. So you guys let me know. Let me know, does the news of David Fincher being involved potentially, because the fact that this rumor said that they wanted him badly, Netflix got the dollars and money talks. If Netflix is like, yo, David, we already working with you on other stuff. We got a good relationship. If you want the bag, they will pay you the bag. So we'll see. No Fincher, no me. I'm not in there, but if you get Fincher, I'm gonna give it a shot. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Does that make a difference for you? Do you not care? Are you turned off whenever they go from Asian to American? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Oh man, that would be a game changer. That would be very, very different. What can we go on? Okay, let's do this. Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolts is going to be one of the new MCU movies. This was announced during D23, and this was basically a super soldier movie at the end of the day, from what was announced. So in the comics, they're basically like, I don't know, the Suicide Squad or something like that. Like they were there were villains, anti-heroes that kind of came together, and they basically did the dirty work type of stuff. Sometimes they would pretend to be something else just to fool the audiences and stuff, and whatever. It doesn't matter, because right now the MCU is going in a different direction, so that really doesn't matter. Right now they got who do they got? They got the other Black Widow with Florence Pugh. They got David Harbour, the Red Guardian. They got Ghost. They got Bucky, Winter Soldier. Who else? Oh, they got the fake Taskmaster. They got her in there as well. And I might be missing somebody. There was also talk that Steven Yeun was going to be involved in this. The rumor was that he was going to be Sentry. Who is Sentry? Sentry is basically Marvel's version of Superman, except he's nuts. Yeah, he's got some psychological stuff going on with him. So the rumor is that maybe this group of Black Widows and super soldiers are going to be hired to bring in Sentry. I don't know, because maybe he's a super soldier that went wrong. Whatever. We got a new rumor from the same guy that gave us the rumor in the last segment, Jeff Snyder. And this is the same guy who also, by the way, broke the news that Harrison Ford was going to be Red Hulk, and he was the one that was going to recast William Hurt. And we got a new rumor about the Thunderbolts, and doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. According to this, it says the Black Widow sequel is getting reworked at Marvel Studios. And let's see. It says oh wait, hold on one second. Okay, yeah. They got me confused because at first I was like, wait, is this for another Black Widow? No, it is for the Thunderbolts. Okay. On the Hot Mic podcast, Snyder relayed a rumor about why this Thunderbolts rewrite was necessary, saying it had a similar problem to what Suicide Squad had. He said here, I heard that they scrapped the other guy's draft. One of the problems with that Thunderbolts draft was that it had a similar problem to what Suicide Squad had, the David Ayer one, and in that it was too focused on the Black Widow characters who are going to be in Thunderbolts, and it wasn't an equal enough balance for the team. It just very much emphasized the characters we already knew. Well, yeah, there goes that. So I get, I'm sorry. So maybe they both got rewritten. I don't know. Maybe I read that wrong. I'm sorry. That was kind of confusing. So they're reworking a Black Widow sequel. I thought they were joking, but it looks like, but I know they had to rewrite Thunderbolts as well because they brought in a new writer who was actually the guy who brought you Beef on Netflix. So everything is getting rewritten apparently because, well, there's just a mess. So Marvel's a mess right now, and it's not looking like any of that is going to be. I just hope they get it together. I hope they get it together because, this new phase, this post Chapek phase, I think this is going to be a make or break for Marvel, and we have to see what if they can learn from their mistakes. Because one thing I know, and one thing that can be said, Marvel is not perfect. Okay, they are not perfect, but the one thing that they do, and I give them credit for, is they are flexible in changing things that don't work. So I do hope the fact that they are rewriting these scripts for Thunderbolts, Black Widow 2, I hope it's for the better. That's all I'll say for that. Y'all let me know. Are you excited for Thunderbolts? And how do you feel about a Black Widow sequel happening? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, let's move. You know what? No, because we're gonna keep with that same energy. Hold on. We're gonna keep with that same energy. Let's go. Blade. Hold on. I need to take a drink for this one. I don't know about y'all, but summertime done hit Chicago early. So it's hot up here. All right. For those of you that might be new, Blade is one of the properties in Marvel back in 98 that saved the entire company. Blade single-handedly proved that Marvel and movies could still be a functional thing. Okay. So in other words, there would be no MCU if it was not for Blade. Okay. You had phase 1 of Marvel. Nothing. Phase 2, nothing. Phase 3, nothing. You get to phase 4, and finally, it was announced back in, what year is this? 2023? 2018? 2019? That two-time Academy Award-winning Mahershala Ali was going to reprise the role of Blade. Great. Everybody, good. Love it. We bringing quality to the MCU. Let's go. That was 4 years 4 years ago? Is my math off? Like what? 4, maybe going on 5? In 4-5 years after announcing Blade was gonna come back, all we got was a voiceover and a post-credit scene. My man said 2 sentences. That's it. Since the announcement of Blade being in the MCU, we have had an entire phase 4 happen. Everything that was announced for phase 4, everything. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Eternals, Shang-Chi, everything that was announced was done, produced, completed, put out, except for Blade. We started to learn that apparently the script for Blade was garbage. It was so bad that apparently from people that have said it or heard about it or whatever, that there were lackluster action scenes. I've told y'all this before. If you've watched any Blade movie, lackluster and action should not even be in the same sentence in reference to Blade. That it just don't do that. Then the writer clearly got fired or whatever, and they had to rewrite it. Within a month or two before production was going to start, director gone. What you going to do when the script is terrible, the director's gone, and production's supposed to start next month? How does that work? It doesn't. Blade got delayed even further. So now, by the way, Blade has not started production yet, to my knowledge. We still got to wait another year, at least another year for Blade. I want y'all to also remember, unfortunately, my man Mahershala Ali, 2-time Oscar winner, is not getting any younger. And we ain't seen them on screen not once. They finally got another director. Yay. Okay. Not the most exciting addition, but they got another director. And even since then, golly, when was that news that we heard there was another director? Wasn't that like a couple months ago? That was a while ago that we heard that. And I was the first one. I'm like, yes, great. Let's go. There's traction. And I ain't heard a peep since. There ain't been not one peep since. Until recently. We just finally got an update for Blade. And that is Mia Goth, the horror queen herself, is going to be in Blade. And that is all the news we have for it. We still don't know plot details at this time. We don't know who she's going to play. But all we know is that at least they still casting people. At least people are still in there. Okay? We still got... So there's some movement. There's some movement. And if you don't know who Mia Goth is, she's been basically in Pearl and in the movie X. She's also been in some other ones that I'm not going to recommend because I don't know if everybody got to watch those kind of movies. That's on y'all if y'all want to do that. But at least it's not canceled. At least it's not delayed. I think from what I saw here, production starts in June. I think. Maybe. So You know, my guess is that ain't no way you about to have Mia Goth. Look at her. Hold on. Look at her. Look at her. Ain't no way she about to come in here and play a hero. Okay? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She gotta come in there and be a straight vampire. You know she gotta be a vampire. She has to be a vampire. Like, if she's not a vampire, I'm gonna be like, what are we doing? I'm not even gonna act like this is the greatest news because I'm still frustrated. I'm still very frustrated that this hasn't started. There were other rumors that Mahershala Ali was not happy about the progress. He was not happy with the script, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Bro, you've been announced. You went on stage. You put on the hat, kind of like when them kids be announcing their colleges and stuff, or they announce the draft. Like, bro, you got drafted and you ain't played not one time for 4 years. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But if it means that y'all are gonna give me some greatness, I'm cool with that. This better be the best freaking Marvel movie. Like, they better put all the resources behind this. I don't want to see no slapstick screaming goat, screaming laughing bats. Don't come in here with that Taika Waititi nonsense. I don't want to see none of that garbage. You already don't want to make this rated R, so y'all better make up for that blood, or however the ash and fire, whatever. Blade better have the best action scenes we've seen in Marvel, period. I want to hear some great one-liners from my man Ali. And Mia Goth, hopefully, she gonna come with it and bring it as she has in all her other movies. Because honestly, one thing that you need in a very, very good comic book movie, superhero movie, is a great villain. So I don't know what role she's gonna play. But again, look at that face. Look at that face. That ain't no face of a hero. She already looked like she gonna want to drink somebody's blood. Lord, what kind of? She just be posing like that? No, that's scary. I don't trust her. Nope. But anyway, y'all let me know. How do you feel about this Blade information? At least it's an update. At least it's not bad news. It's not the best news, but to me, I guess it's better that I shouldn't even have to. It's sad that I should even be complacent that it's just not canceled. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sorry, this is getting me a little frustrated. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into it. Hold on. We got Zia. What you got? Thank you so much. Until I get a sneak peek trailer, it's called Blade, a Tubi original in my house. Lord Jesus, please. Please don't put that on Bell. Don't do that. Don't put that on him. Don't. I'd rather they cancel it. Because I would never. I wouldn't have the courage to watch Blade if it ever went to Tubi. I just wouldn't. I would not. A Tubi remix? No. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Thank you so much for that, Zia. I appreciate it. I feel you. I feel you. But that would hurt my heart so much. Boss, what you got? Can't they just bring in Chad Stahelski of the John Wick movies to direct the Blade movies? I mean, if they want to fulfill $1 billion, they should. But they got a director already. It's some guy. I don't even know who it is. I don't know. Listen, that would be automatic. That would be money in the bank. Like, you could just bring him in. Matter of fact, I'd get what's that other guy's name? Evans. Is it Gareth Evans? Buddy that directed the Raid. Get him. Ho. Go and get him. By the way, I'm sorry, this is a little sidetrack. My heart sank because I was talking to my friends today, And my friend brought something up that just broke my heart. And he was like, I never watched The Raid. I almost dropped my drink. I was so heartbroken because we watch and talk about movies all the time. All the time. And he said to me straight up, I had never seen The Raid. And he also was like, and he could hear the pain in my voice when I was like, what? And he was like, well, I also never saw The Godfather. I said, I don't care about The Godfather. I don't care about none of that. What you finna do today is gonna go, you finna go watch The Raid. You are going to go watch The Raid. Matter of fact, you got 48 hours to go watch The Raid right now. Right now. There's no questions asked. Matter of fact, I had to kind of pull it on him and be like, look, you need to watch this or we ain't friends no more. Yeah, I went back to kindergarten and I pulled out the best friend card and was like, look, like I don't even know who you are. How can I talk to you and you ain't never seen The Raid? Like, it don't make no sense. So I bring that up because if any one of y'all have not seen The Raid, I strongly encourage y'all to watch The Raid. The Raid is probably the new definition of what action movies are. Now, I know for some people that might not have seen it, y'all might think that's John Wick. No. John Wick is great. That franchise is great. John Wick tries every movie just to touch the tip of the cap of The Raid. John Wick wishes it could lick the boot of The Raid. John Wick ain't seeing The Raid. It's just not. It's just not. It's good. It's great. I love John Wick. But The Raid? 48 hours. And when you're done with that, you go watch Raid 2. And it's on Netflix right now for free. Go on and watch it on Netflix right now if you haven't already. I'm sorry. That just really triggered me earlier. And I can't let nobody else out there suffer like this. I had no idea my friend was suffering like that. So let's just make sure we rectify that for anybody that might be watching. You go watch The Raid if you have not watched The Raid. When you watch The Raid, you're going to understand what action should look like. And when you understand what action would look like, it's going to change your perception on every other action movie you ever see after. Okay. I'm sorry. Boss, I took your question a whole different way. I couldn't let that. I felt it on my spirit. I can't have nobody out there not go see what The Raid. Not you can't live your life that way. No one should live their life that way. Whew. Vibranium, what's going on? Chill Spot. Oh, okay, Chill Spot, aka Thor's Easter Basket. At Rim 17, Kristen Pratt. Greetings all. E-Man, thank you so much. Chill Spot. So I'm taking Chill Spot. You changing your name? I'm taking that's what that is. Okay, that's all good. Vibranium knee replacement center. Thank you so much for that. Shoot, I need that. Yo, I would go to Wakanda right now if they had some vibranium knee replacements. Are you kidding me? My goodness, I'll be able to go play football again or something. Boy, be back on that field. Matthew, what you got? Ain't my Blade. Tired of them disrespecting Blade. Man, listen, I mean, listen, they also got Delroy Lindo in there too. You know, so the cast is decent. On paper, it looks right. Like I said, director, I'll give him a chance, but they just need to do something. They got to do something with it. They got to make it work. I don't know. Quiet One. If Blade ain't rated R, don't bother. Yeah, I said it. I know some people are like, well, it doesn't have to be rated R. And I'm sitting there like, well, why not? I know it doesn't have to be. Guess what? Logan didn't have to be rated R, but yes, it did. You know, the Wolverine, like, no, the Wolverine, I think they made that PG. I don't know. Either way, like, all them other Blades did just fine. Deadpool did just fine. It made it made a good amount of money. Because again, Blade, here's the reason why making Blade PG-13 is nonsensical, in my opinion. There's no need for it. Because when you say that Blade is PG-13, what you really are trying to do is try to grab more audience members, because you want that audience to be like, in the 12 to 13, 14, 15-year-old range. Blade is not something that people finna go get action figures for, like little kids. Blade is not for little kids. Blade never was. Blade is in that little dark area of Marvel that deals with scary monsters, things that go bump in the night. That's who Blade is. So making Blade rated R is actually just fine. You don't need to listen, you're not making Deadpool PG-13. Why? Because Deadpool don't need to be for the kids. And Deadpool's content revolves around adult, raunchy, humor and stuff like that. I'm just saying, Blade is not that guy that y'all finna be selling all these little toys about. Like, Blade is not a role model. He's not he's an anti-hero, and that's fine. He's not like, he's not like T'Challa. He's not Black Panther like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Blade, but I'm a grown adult. Okay. I can do that. I don't want my little kids looking up to Blade. That's not it. I don't want them being like, Daddy, can I go fight vampires? No, sit your butt down and go do some math. That's not how that works. Now, if you tell me, like, Daddy, can I be the princess of Wakanda? Yes. Yes, my little queen. Yes, you can. Come on, man. Stop it. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I think they definitely need the rated R, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Nelson, what's going on? I haven't watched Blade movies. Nelson. All right. It was your birthday, so I want you to go watch Blade 1 and Blade 2. Don't worry about Blade 3. Blade 3 is optional. It's optional. But I want you to go watch Blade 1 and I want you to go watch Blade 2. And then come on back and let us know how that went. It's your birthday. I ain't going to say nothing. So I need you to go do me that favor. Go watch Blade 1 and 2. And come on back and let me know what you thought. I'm going to leave it there. Puma, what you got? The Blade Redemption is the best fight gun play. Yes, all of that. Facts. Like, it's just great. It's just great. It's just great. Chris, what you got? John Wick versus Jason Bourne. It depends on which universe. Now, you talking about the characters in the movie? Because those are two different things. If you tell me about the movies, I would go with John Wick. John Wick is more entertaining. If you tell me the characters on a one-on-one fight, if you're in John Wick's world, John Wick is empowered by the lore. He's the Baba Yaga, like he's the boogeyman, like it don't matter who you are, he gonna find a way to kill you, right? That's just John Wick. Actually, I think John Wick gonna kill him in Jason Bourne world too. Because I mean, John Wick is kind of, you know what? John Wick reminds me of, if you guys watch anime, he reminds me of One Punch Man. It's like he's a parody of himself, right? One Punch Man is basically a superhero that's so freakishly strong, he don't even really do nothing. He'll just punch you and then like you're done. Like that's how strong he is. That's the level of plot armor that is around John Wick. Wherever John Wick goes, he has to win because of his reputation and because he's John Wick. So I'm gonna say John Wick just because of that. I'm just gonna say that. But you let me know what you think. Y'all let me know John Wick versus Jason Bourne in a fight, one-on-one fight. Y'all let me know who y'all think would win. That would be actually kind of funny. Jesus, thank you so much. So much for that super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel like that. Wakanda, what you got? I bet the Blade issues are because it's not rated R. PS The Raid 2011. Yes. I think I saw it. You think? We'll have to rewatch. Recast the child with Aldous Hodge. Ain't no thing. You know if you've seen it now. You know, listen, were they fighting in a building going up? If you that's the Raid 2011. Yes, that's it. And then Raid 2, I want to say, is 2014. A couple years after that. You go make sure. I mean, listen, even if you have seen it, it never hurts to rewatch the Raid. It never hurts. That is a fantastic movie to watch multiple times. Ooh, that big old fight with the with the beast. Ooh, classic. Puma, make Blade anything but rated R. It's like watching kids fighting with rubber bands and popcorn. Needs to be rated R. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would love for it to be rated R. That would be great. But I don't know, for whatever reason, Disney kind of scared. I don't know why, but apparently they're a little scared. All right, let's move on. We got James Bond. We got an update here. As you guys know, the James Bond franchise is always going to live on forever and thrive because of recasting. Doesn't matter if it's in continuity or not. James Bond continues to flourish. James Bond continues to keep going and be popular because the character matters. Not the title of 007, but the character of James Bond matters. James Bond matters so much that even when they kill off James Bond, they still let you know in the credits James Bond will return. Not 007, the mantle, no, but James Bond will return. The power of recasting. Now, with that said, there has been a lot of talk about who's going to be the next James Bond, right? And of course, there were fans that wanted Idris Elba, but Idris was like, yo, it ain't going to happen. I'm too old. And the producers have also said that they want someone younger, because they want somebody who can carry the whole franchise for a good amount of time. So, that makes sense. Some people were talking about Henry Cavill. Some people were talking about, one of my picks was Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki. But, it really depends on what they're looking for. Now, the casting director for James Bond has actually come out and talked about this as well and given a little bit of clarity as to what they're looking for and who they're looking for. One of the front runners, and this was like the lead rumor before, was Aaron Taylor Johnson. If you remember him, he was the guy that played Kick-Ass, or you might remember him as Quicksilver in the MCU. But the casting director had something to say, about casting a younger James Bond. One of the producers, Michael G. Wilson, said the new Bond will be a 30-something actor, somebody in their 30s, right? And they say now the casting director, Debbie McWilliams, explained why younger actors usually don't fall or don't fit when it comes to finding a new James Bond. So I think she's talking about somebody in their 20s. She said here, when we started, it was I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, okay. She said when we started, it was a slightly different feel. McWilliams said about the last search for a new 007 that ended with Daniel Craig's selection. We did look at a lot of younger actors, and I just don't think they had the gravitas. They didn't have the experience. They didn't have the mental capacity to take it on because it's not just the part they're taking on, it's a massive responsibility. Damn. Now, wow. That's a lot. She said, yo, y'all ain't got it up here. Y'all can't be Bond. So if you looking at some 20-year-old or something like that, some 25-year-old, 20, like, y'all can't do that. Now, you know what? I had some thoughts about, like, at first when I heard her say that, I was like, yo, that's kind of bogus, right? Like, how you gonna say some younger actor ain't got the fortitude, the gravitas to take on this role? I know James Bond is an important role, but then how you gonna say they ain't got the mental capacity? But you know what? She went on and explained herself a little bit more. And I was like, yo, she might have a point. So listen to what she said here. She said, James Bond casting director Debbie McWilliams explained why younger actors usually don't fit. Oh, wait, I already read that. Hold on. She said, she goes back and talks about Daniel Craig. And she said she had felt sorry for Daniel Craig back when they got him. And this is when he was in his 30s. She said that a lot of the feedback that he was getting was unbelievably negative. And she said that, and Daniel Craig just had to keep his head down when he got on with the job. And then the film came out and everybody went, oh, wow, I think we quite like him after all. And she said here, and so, like, basically what she said was that, and I think what the point she was trying to make was the fact that when Daniel Craig got hired as James Bond, this was like in 2006, I want to say. And I don't know if y'all recall, but Daniel Craig was getting roasted. Like, people was getting on him hard. Like, that's your new James Bond? This guy? Him? Why? And now this is something that I've told y'all before, especially when it comes to recasts. A lot of times fans, general audiences, don't know what they want until they see something that works, right? And this is the same thing that happened to Michael Keaton, who was cast as Batman. People were riding him. They were like, Mr. Mom, him as Batman. Then he turned out to be the GOAT Batman. Same thing happened to Heath Ledger as Joker. What? That night, that guy, him? And then he ended up becoming one of the greatest Jokers of all time. Same thing happened with Gal Gadot. People was like, she's too skinny. She can't be it. And guess what? She's a wonderful Wonder Woman. So the same thing happened with Daniel Craig. A lot of times people that don't have the vision, and the reason why I say that, it's not a knock. It's just the fact that as the average audience, and by the way, y'all are not average. Okay, I want y'all to remember that. Y'all are slightly above average. Why? Because you're watching me. Who am I? I'm a guy on a YouTube channel that talks about movie and TV. That is not something that the average person does. That means that you guys are slightly more invested, you're slightly more informed, so your perspectives on things are a little bit higher than the average person that, let's say, watches 3 movies in a whole year, right? But these average people will sit here and look at these casting directors or the casting decisions, and they'll scoff at them because they don't have the perspective or the foresight to understand, oh, there is something in this person's acting ability, or, oh, somebody could work out and gain muscle, or, oh, all they need is a costume and it'll be okay. Like, some people don't understand that. So remember the time when some people were like, man, I could never see anybody play, the role of Black Panther, T'Challa, except for Chadwick. Of course you can, because that's not the way your mind is set up to think. You don't think that way because it's not meant for you to think that way. Unless you actually dive into movies, you see other actors, you understand the fact that all it takes is a good story, good directing, good makeup, and actual acting ability. And you can have people step into roles and play roles. That's literally what actors do, right? So I think this is before social media really started to take off with Daniel Craig, because it was in 2006. So yeah, we had social media, but I don't think people were using social media to bully the same way and as hard as they do today. But Daniel Craig, being in his 30s, he probably wasn't even on social media. He probably wasn't even paying attention to that. So he was just like, man, whatever. Give me my lines. Let me go do this Casino Royale, and we're going to show them while my name is Bond, James Bond. And what happened? This man went out and did Casino Royale, and people was like clutching their pearls. It was like, oh my gosh, James Bond is ruthless. Oh my gosh, they crushing James Bond's his balls. Oh my gosh, I ain't never seen a James Bond like this. And the man came through, and he been a solid James Bond since. Now, he hasn't had every great James Bond movie. That hasn't been the case. But he's bodied the role for 10 years. So with that said, I understand what the casting director is saying when she says, yeah, a lot of these kids in their 20s, they early 20s, they probably not built. They're not built for this. And I get that. Why? Because they be on their phones. They probably they're all on social media. They're all connected. They care about what other people think. They mentally, they could get jacked up. If they get cast, and before they even, get the role, I get people might sit there and be like, oh man, why you hire them? Oh, this is terrible. Hashtags gonna get started, petitions gonna get made, people gonna be trolling, people gonna be review bomb. All this nonsense could happen, and what's that 20-year-old, how they gonna take it mentally when they are born into a world where social media is everything for them? So it makes sense if you want to get someone in their 30s, because someone in their 30s, more than likely, yeah, they might be on social media, but they probably also know how to turn it off. They probably also know how to step away. They probably know how to ignore all the stuff that's going on. So it definitely makes sense now to me why she said they don't have the gravitas. They don't have the mental capacity to handle the pressure of being James Bond. Because when whoever it is that they get to play James Bond, you got that role for at least 10 years. You have to body that role for 10 years. And guess what? Even if one of your movies fail, you still got to do the rest, because they're going to probably invest. They're not going to recast in the middle like that. So 9 times out of 10, that person that they hired to be James Bond, they got to be thick-skinned like a mofo. Like, they got to really understand, nah, I'm in this. I know how important this is. I know I can't be caught up in those scandals. They know I can't be getting caught up being like certain, I don't know, DC superheroes posting Instagram stories and talking all the time on interviews and stuff. There's got to be a certain way that you carry yourself. So I can totally understand why they would want to do this. And this was one other thing that they mentioned here. McWilliams pointed out that most James Bond actors are also relatively unknown on a mainstream film level when they are cast. Timothy Dalton, he was known as a Shakespearean actor. Pierce Brosnan, who, by the way, that's my GOAT. That's my GOAT, James Bond. Pierce Brosnan was that was the James Bond I came in with. It just so happened to have Miss Halle Berry as one of the Bond girls. That's all I needed. It was a perfect recipe for mental storage. Let's leave it at that. But Pierce Brosnan, that's my James Bond right there. But my man Pierce Brosnan was known basically from TV. Roger Moore was known from television. And Sean Connery was a complete unknown. Nobody knew who he was. And not a lot of the people didn't know who Daniel Craig was either. So whoever it is, now I see, especially if they're talking about reinventing, if you're well known, sorry, Idris Elba, can't do it. If you're well known and you're younger, sorry, Henry Cavill, you don't fit that mold. Everybody know you a Superman. Dude walk around, he looked like Superman even when he in other roles. They're not going to put him as James Bond. So you have to get somebody who is unknown or at least only done TV stuff or who is not a household name. Now, personally, I still think Tom Hiddleston would be a good fit for that because, yeah, he's been low-key here and there, but like the average person doesn't know who Tom Hiddleston is. He's not a rising star like that. Like to us nerds, yeah, he's cool. We know who he is, but that's just not, he's not that big of a Hollywood star. But my man could do it. Go watch Kong Skull Island because that's when I saw him do that role and Skull Island, I was like, oh, he could be charming. He could kick some butt all at the same time. That was his audition, in my opinion, to be a really good James Bond. Kong Skull Island. Go watch that if you haven't. But anyway, so yeah, so that was kind of the update with James Bond. Now we have a better idea of who they're looking for, and what type of criteria it takes. And yeah, age might matter because again, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of stuff when it comes to playing this big role of James Bond. So y'all let me know, what do you think about them and how they perceive younger actors? What do you think about the fact that they are looking for someone in their 30s to take on this role? And most importantly, why is Pierce Brosnan the GOAT, James Bond? Feel free to let me know why he is. And if y'all got some second place James Bonds, let me know those in the comments as well. All right. I got a question here. Let me grab this. Oh, my man, just my opinion reviews. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. They had a Raid 3 script from the same creators, and it would pick up in the middle of part 2, but I don't know what happened. Woo! Okay, nice little tidbit there. Yeah, listen, I don't know what happened to it. I think I heard about that a long time ago, but it really didn't go nowhere either, and that definitely got me discouraged, but it is what it is. I'm fine if they don't do a third one because honestly, part 1 and 2 are like one of the best action movies I've ever seen. So I don't need y'all to ruin that in any way. So if they never do it, I'm fine. If they do a third one, I'm there. I'm there 100%. So that is that. But anyway, y'all know the drill. Y'all know my man, Just My Opinion Reviews, got his own YouTube channel. He is on my favorite channel list. Make sure y'all go and subscribe and give this man a follow as well. Check out his content. I'm definitely sure you will enjoy some of that as well. Let's see. We got, oh boy. All right. Let's just go ahead and do this now. So, Warner Brothers Discovery came out recently, and they had like this big old presentation thing, and they released a lot of news about their platform, about the upcoming shows and movies, and all of that good stuff. And one of the most, let's just kind of go with the number one thing that they did here. They done dropped HBO and made it just Max. Now, I'm gonna go over a couple of different things, such as why, like what new changes you can expect with HBO Max or whatever it's called. But guys, we actually have the reason why. We have the real reason why HBO Max is now only called Max. Now, personally, I've already told y'all this has got to be the dumbest decision I've ever heard from any business I've ever seen. This is dumber. This is dumber than when Star Wars said, oh, you know, it would have been good. We should have had an actual plan for that new trilogy that they came out with. Who knew you had to come out with a plan with a trilogy? But hey, the HBO dropping the name that has come with so much legacy, so much tradition. I remember HBO back when I was a little kid. And I remember it was always kind of like a premium service. Like if you had HBO, oh, your parents had money. Like, oh, you had cable, huh? You know, like if you had HBO, that was a big deal. And if we just look at the track record, HBO has, I would argue, maybe they don't have the quantity of Netflix, but damn it, they hang when it comes to quality. Because when you hear, oh, an HBO original, an HBO series, you like, oh, what is this? Because HBO, they don't mess around. HBO will put some stuff out that is good quality, and they be winning awards. They be getting top tier talent. They be getting like some great directors and people behind it. So for at least 15, 20 years minimum, HBO has been doing nothing but bringing y'all nothing but constant quality behind that name. However, they decided that HBO was not going to be HBO no more. Now let's kind of go through this and talk about what that means, what they done, change prices and all that stuff. Let's figure all this out. So HBO Max is going to be renamed just Max. But they are adding a lot of the Discovery Plus content along with what used to be on HBO Max. So you're going to get a lot more stuff. They have a launch date, pricing, and all that revealed. So Warner Brothers Discovery officially announced Max as the new name of its flagship streamer, lopping off the HBO part of the name as it mixes in a big bucket of new content from Discovery Plus and other new original series. The rebuilt Max on the website, max.com, okay, is set to launch first in the US on May 23rd, featuring what the company promises will be an average of more than 40 new titles and TV show seasons every month. Max is the one to watch. Now, real quick, when they first launched this, they said in one of the promos, I don't have it here, they said Max is the one to watch HBO. This was literally on their programming. This was literally on their, they were like, Max, the one to watch HBO. Wasn't HBO where you watch HBO? If you wanted people to watch HBO, why didn't you just leave it? Why would you want to go to Max to watch HBO if it was HBO? So now, okay, I think we need to get into what this actually means, because the reasoning behind this stuff makes no sense to me. But let's go on. It says Max will be available in 3 different versions. You got Max Ad Light, Max Ad Free, Max Ultimate Ad Free. Okay. Yo, I need to go work for HBO. I'm sorry, Max. Because whoever's coming up with these ideas, clearly either y'all don't want to work there no more, or y'all are so underqualified. What intern allowed this to happen? Like, who came up with this? This sounds like some nonsense that was written on a napkin, and they was like, yo, let's roll with this. What were these names again? Max Ad Light, Max Ad Free, Max Ultimate Ad Free. Like, what? So what? I'm just waiting for Max Ultimate Super Duper Ad. No, like, we just not gonna get ads for life? Like, what is that? What are we doing? This is so remedial. But let me go over the prices, because some of y'all got this and y'all want to pay for it, I guess. Max Ad Light is going to be $9.99 or $99.99 for the year. You get 2 streams at the same time, and you get 1080 HD, no offline downloads, and 5.1 surround sound. Max ad free, it's $15.99 or $149.99. You still get 2 streams, so you can play it 2 times, in the house at least. 1080 HD, up to 30 offline downloads, and 5.1 surround. Or you can get Max Ultimate Super Duper Super Fragilistic Espialidocious ad free, $19.99 a month for $200 a year, and you get 4 concurrent streams up to 4K HD, and you get 100 offline downloads, and you get Dolby Atmos sound quality. This sounds like Hulu. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to mess with Hulu, because the one thing I didn't like was the whole idea of you can only get so many playing on the account at one time. And I think part of this is due to maybe they want to crack down on password sharing, so like if your cousin got your password or whatever, like both of y'all, look, it's one at a time. It's like you get to watch, but nobody else get to watch. So I think that's kind of what they're trying to do with this. But $20 a month for 4 streams, and it's messed up. It's messed up. I'll tell you this. It's also messed up that the super duper ad-free one is the one that has 4K. Because 1080, if you go to Walmart right now, your basic, I don't know, $100 TV is 4K. 1080 is not, that's no longer really the standard. Like, don't get me wrong, some people probably still have, HD TVs, but 4K is slowly but surely becoming the actual standard. And y'all out here offering 1080 as if that's like a real thing, whereas most people probably already have 4K TVs. Again, Walmart got them 4K TVs for like $100. Like, they're not the super expensive TVs that people used to have to go out there and get. And by the way, don't forget that they're going to raise the price. All these prices, $9.99, $15. Matter of fact, the $15.99, it used to be $14.99. They just raised that up. That's a fresh $15.99 that they charging y'all now. Okay? Y'all don't think that super duper ad-free one is not going to go past 20? In 2 years, that thing is going to go up $2. It has to. And all those other ads too, them things are going to go up too. Why? Because again, as 4K starts to become more of the norm, they're going to sit here and be like, oh man, 4K, it costs more money. It costs more money, bandwidth, all of that stuff. They're going to raise that price. They're not going to keep that. Not for you. They're going to be like, yo, pay up. So all of this stuff, woo-wee, they about to raise that price up. They not slick. But let me explain to y'all their reasoning, because I already told you it was stupid as ever to drop the name brand that took you decades to build up credibility and name brand recognition. It took you so long. But let me explain to y'all, well, I'm going to let them explain it, why they chose and how they came about to this wild reason to drop HBO Max or HBO for Max. It says here, why did the company decide to drop HBO from the HBO Max name? JB Perrette, president and CEO of global streaming and games for Warner Brothers Discovery, explained. He said here, we all love HBO, and it's a brand that has been built over 5 decades. Oh my God. It took them 50 years. I didn't even know that. 50 years with a brand name, and y'all just get rid of it. Okay, hold that thought. Let me keep reading. 50 years. Edgy, groundbreaking entertainment for adults, but it's not exactly where parents would most eagerly drop off their kids. And yet Warner Brothers Discovery has some of the best known kids characters, animation, and brands in the industry. Not surprisingly, the category has not met his true potential on HBO. What? What? You mean to tell me the reason why Warner Brothers Discovery dropped the 50-year-old brand name of HBO was for the kids? Y'all putting this on the kids? Let me give y'all a little experiment. For those of y'all that have kids, or even if you know some kids or whatever, I want y'all to just think about this. Imagine if Disney decided, I don't know, after 100 years, we gonna drop Disney. I want y'all to go up to y'all kids and say, hey kids, would you guys like to go on vacation and go to World? How about we pack up the van right now and we're gonna go to Land? Won't that be swell? Let me know how that's gonna work out for y'all. If y'all walk up to y'all kids and tell them y'all just gonna go to World, y'all going to Land. Take the Disney out. Disney don't matter. Nah, we ain't gonna ride no Disney rides. We going on rides. Nah, we ain't going on no Disney cruise ship. We going on ship. Yup, just sign up on ship.com. Cruise. We just going on cruise. Really? Really? Matter of fact, we gonna see the new mascot. Mascot ain't even named Mickey Mouse no more. It's just Mouse. We gonna go see Mouse. How does that make sense? This is why brand name recognition matters. Are you kidding me? Did it for the kids. So what? Hey, Mr. CEO of blah, 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 whatever. If you were concerned about, I don't know, the actual, the children's content that was on HBO, why didn't you just make a different division called HBO? Wait for it, kids. How much are they paying him? How much is he getting paid? Pay me. Hire me. Hire me, because y'all don't know what y'all doing. You want people to know what you're watching? You want to know what's the adult stuff? Cool, it's HBO. Hey, kids, here's HBO Kids. Simple. I mean, Nickelodeon made Nick Jr. They didn't get rid of the Nick part. Ooh-wee. I don't understand, but wait, there's more. Okay. In a Q&A with reporters at the event, Casey Bloys, chief content officer of HBO and Max. Hold on. Let me see. No. Let me go back. At the same time, this is the same guy talking. We want to honor and embrace where we came from. Most iconic, trailblazing content in entertainment. HBO is not TV. HBO is HBO. It needs to stay that way. What? Like, hold on. Did I read that wrong? Hold on. What? HBO is not TV. HBO is HBO. If HBO is HBO, okay, maybe it's the heat. Maybe I'm slow. If HBO is HBO, why would you stop calling it HBO? It's not HBO no more. I don't understand this logic. Okay. Yep. I'm confusion. I'm perplexed. I'm befuddled. I don't understand. But HBO's HBO, I guess. Okay. It needs to stay that way, which is why we will privilege it in the product experience and also not push it to the breaking point by forcing it to take on the full breadth of this new content proposition. Casey Bloys, Chief Content Officer of HBO and Max, the same people who are concerned today about taking HBO out that name, a lot of cases of are the same people who are outraged that HBO was put in the name in the first place when it was called HBO Max. Ooh, y'all thought y'all was slick. You thought you was gonna sit here and take a swing at folks? You really thought that you was gonna try and flip this and act like we was crazy? Because we was like, why would you call this HBO Max? Let's go back a little bit. You ain't finna play that game, player boy. Do y'all remember? Okay, do y'all remember when HBO started doing all this other stuff with its names? How many names did HBO have? You had HBO, then you had HBO Go, then you had HBO Now, then you had HBO Max. And we were sitting here like, why do you have 3-4 different names? That's why we were talking about why do you have HBO Max? Because none of your other stuff made sense. It was so confusing. No one understood what that was. You had HBO, HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Plus, HBO Plus Plus, HBO Super, HBO Ultimate. You had all these HBOs and it didn't make no sense. Do y'all not listen to people? Do y'all just stay in y'all little boardrooms and you just be thinking out loud? Like, how does this work? I had no idea. They had HBO up, left, down, right, A, B, start. What? But we were the crazy ones. We was the ones that was being all upset because y'all put Max in the name. No, we was upset because we didn't understand what the hell y'all was doing. That's why people was upset. Nobody could tell the difference of what y'all were trying to do. If I have HBO, does that mean I have HBO Now? Or does it mean I have HBO Go? Wait, if I have HBO Go, does that mean I have HBO Max? Or what? If I have Max, do I have HBO Now? Like what? Yeah, that was funny. That was funny that y'all tried to pull that though. That was cute. You almost tried it. Okay, you tried it. Whoo-wee. I don't understand how y'all got these jobs. I'm finna apply. Give me $100K job. Give me a 6-figure job right now. Because clearly it's easy over there. Hey, boss. Let's call it TV. Ha! Brilliant! Hire me. Call it TV. That's it. Oh, man. All right. What else they say? Look, the executives did look fairly briefly at various alternatives that could include Warner or could include WB or could include the HBO brand. Okay. So they actually thought about Warner or WB or keeping the HBO name in there. Okay. So there was some sense going on. But what changed? Something changed. And they go on to say, and we just felt like that was sort of not necessary. We had Max, which was short, tight, something universal, says something universal. Yes, the risk was ultimately that it's sort of maybe less ownable because it's a common word. But the flip side is that it also made it very approachable and very easy. And when frankly, we found ourselves talking about the service, the shorthand was always Max. We never even said HBO. We would just say it's on Max. This is a classic example of working in a silo and having absolute no foresight of what's going on outside. None. This is when you think you so smart that you can just do things and it's just going to be like you just finna like just do it. Like it makes no sense. And it's funny to me because one thing that comes up to my mind is what happens with your SEO. If you go into Google right now, matter of fact, let's do this right now. Let's type in Max right now. This is what comes up. You would think if I typed in HBO gonna be the first thing that come up. Everything HBO Max, everything Warner Brothers, HBO gonna pop up. You go type in Max in Google right now. This is what happens. Boeing discovers new issue. Boeing 737 Max. Boeing Jimmy Butler and Max Strauss. The Max Strauss get look at this is where all the way at the bottom, little something right there. Little something, that's it. Right there. Y'all sat in the boardroom, and because y'all were so, I don't want to say lazy, but y'all called it Max. So it just felt natural for you. This is where the disconnect happens. Do y'all go out in the street and hear people call anything Max? Is that what the people, your consumers, were calling it? Just because it's natural for you in the boardroom does not mean that it's actually a good transition for the rest of your customer base. That's thinking backwards. Now, it would be different. It'd be very different if the average person was calling HBO Max just Max. If we, the people, the consumers, if we were calling it Max, cool. Now you could do that. Let me give you another example. Think about McDonald's. What do y'all call McDonald's? What is the alternate name for McDonald's? I put it in the chat. I ain't even gonna say. Put it in the chat. What is the other thing y'all call McDonald's when you're not calling it by its government name? Somebody put it in, and I'm gonna highlight it because I know y'all know it. Come on, that boom right there. Mickey D's. If McDonald's wanted to rename itself right now and call itself Mickey D's, who's not gonna know what that means? Everybody gonna be like, "Oh, okay, they getting hip with it. They've been listening to us. Look at it. Look at how many people know what Mickey D's is. I didn't even have to say this. Mickey D's, okay? Mickey D's, Mickey D's, Mickey D's, okay? Mickey D's, Mickey D's, Mickey D's. Y'all know this. I'm not crazy, okay? This is basic. Y'all know this. So you don't give us the nicknames. We give you the nickname. That's how that should work. That don't make no sense. Well, we call it Max. Let me ask you this. Come on, let's go with the examples. If you in the Disney boardroom, do you really think that the Disney folks in the boardroom be sitting here talking about, we got to put this on Plus. Yeah, this new show, it's going to be great for Plus. Let's put it on Plus. Yeah, let's do Plus. You think that would work? Because I don't know about y'all, but when I think of Disney Plus, I say Disney Plus. I don't sit here and say Plus. If I said Plus, would y'all even know what I was talking about? This is backwards thinking. This is when you think you're too smart for your own good. It's not smart. These things. Listen. If we don't put the name on it, y'all don't do it. Okay? I cannot believe this. This is just, it's ridiculous to me. It is utter clown foolery, ridiculousness. But it is what it is. Now we're stuck with Max. People got to go to max.com. I wonder how much they have to pay for that. But y'all let me know. What do you think about this whole rebranding of the name? What do you think about just Max? Do you think it'll grow on us? Do you think we'll just get used to it? I mean, I'm still at the point where I'm like, look, your mama call you HBO, I'm gonna call you HBO. Like, I'm still kind of on that right now. Like, it's gonna take me a minute till I can start calling this just Max. Like, they need to get fired. I'm sorry. Like, I see why Warner Brothers keeps on getting new people. Like, that division, how all of that line of thinking that y'all gave, how y'all would get fired immediately if you walked into some other brand and said, nah, we gonna just change this up. Like, all that work wasted. But anyway, like I said, y'all let me know, what do you think about the name change? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right. This is so stupid. Hold on, I'm gonna grab these comments. Okay, hold on, man. This is going for a minute. Sorry, I didn't know I was ranting that long. That's just so stupid, because I know people are getting paid good money to come up with these stupid ideas, and then you're gonna have the nerve to actually like justify all this stuff and rationalize it. All right, I guess. Puma, what you got? Live and let die Roger Moore. Stop playing with me. He the GOAT James Bond. Facts on facts. And yes, recast the child will never stop till he's on top. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. I mean, hey, listen. It's fine. Roger Moore can be number 2. That's okay. I ain't got no problem with that. But it's gonna be Pierce Bronson. My man was smooth with it all day, every day. I ain't never seen him falter. I'm just saying, like, it's Pierce for me. But that's cool. If you like Roger, that's cool too. Let's see. Zia, what you got? Rebrand back to HBO will launch by 24-25. Listen, I wouldn't even be mad at that. Like, if I were them, I would not be mad at that. Matter of fact, hold on. Y'all already know. Let's look at this. What's the number one thing that matters to all these companies at the end of the day? It's always the money, right? The money is the number one thing that always matters with these companies. When you go do something, let's just say you do something right. If you do something right and something smart and innovative, what happens? You get rewarded. How do you get rewarded? Well, you start getting more people to sign up. You start to get basically a boost in your stock. What happened the day the day Warner Brothers said that they were just going to go to Max? Pew! That's right. The stock dropped immediately after the Warner Brothers presentation. So, in other words, the stock market said, you dumb. We ain't backing you on this. What? So I went ahead and I was like, let me see what the stock is looking like today, because this was a couple days ago. It's no big deal. Sometimes the stock will come back. It'll be fine, right? The stock goes up and down all the time. Yeah, nah. That stock is that's not good. That stock is going, it's down. Yeah. That decision, what happened? That was on April 12th. Here you go, right here. You don't even need to be no stock investor. You don't need to be no financial expert. That stock said, pew. It's dead. It's dying. That's not a good look. Okay, that is not a good look for Warner Brothers at all, because clearly this was a dumb decision, and the market is letting you know. The market is letting you know. So, yeah, Zia, I think you're right. If I were them, I'd be like, look, hey y'all, uh, Max, no, guys, man, we was just playing with y'all, man. Come on now, we would never really do that. Come on, man, that was just a little side project. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really HBO. We was just playing, y'all. We was just playing. If I was there, I would say that, but they behind this apparently. Wakanda, what's up? Max ad free. Ultimate cancels other platform ads too. Yo, it better for the price that it's finna be. It better. Like, yo, if I'm paying ad free for this, it better be ad free for all of them. You know, sheesh. No, I like that. That'd be great if they did that. Rhonda, what you got? What in the on TV? But why sway, E-Man? I don't know. It's I don't know. This like even their reasonings made no sense. A lot of their reasons made no sense. And again, this is what happens when you sit in a boardroom with 4 or 5 people. And what do? That sounds like a good idea. I agree. Ha 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 ha. Like you know what? Ironic. Have y'all ever watched Succession? I just started watching Succession. And now in my mind, I'm like, now I get how these things go. I bet you it was just like one person with a lot of power said, yo, let's just do Max. And everybody was like, I don't want to lose my job. So, yeah, like nobody had the guts to say, no, stop. That's dumb. Nobody had the guts. They would have fired me that day because I would have been like, y'all stupid. Like, no, y'all stupid. I'd have been like, if y'all really think Max is a good idea, run a poll. Because I know the moment there was even rumors that they were doing that, everybody online was like, this is a dumb name. Don't do it. And they still go ahead and did it. Ridiculous. Cal Payne, what you got? Like I always say, rich people are out of touch, none more so than the ones in the entertainment biz. Yeah, like this is ultimate out of touch. Just because that's y'all little slang, that's y'all little shorthand, of course, because that's all y'all do. But for the average person that doesn't talk about HBO, we still call it HBO. Well, we just called it Max, so we thought. So stupid. So dumb. It's just, the reason why I say it's dumb, not because of all the simplicity and all that, it's just very arrogant in my mind. It comes off as very arrogant, as like, we got these ideas and we know what this means, so we gonna put it out in the public. I hope they learn. I mean, I really hope that they learn from that stock market crashing and all of that. I hope they realize, stop doing dumb stuff. Like, sometimes you don't have to do more. Just do less and do it right. And that'll be fine. Y'all were doing just fine. They got rid of all the HBO Go and Now and all that stuff and said, look, it's just Max. Y'all was cool. That was fine. People were starting to get adjusted to just that. But then y'all want to go do the most. Quiet one. It's like us calling Netflix just flicks. Listen. Matter of fact, like, Netflix will mess around. I bet you one day, Netflix is going to mess around and make a section called And Chill. If I were running Netflix, I would say, yo, we about to start a whole new section called And Chill. Right there. I don't have to explain that to y'all. I don't think I need to explain that to y'all. Just know that when you watching Netflix, you finna turn to that section when the time is right. And it don't even matter what's playing. Okay. Let me stop, because I know, let me stop. It's And Chill. Okay. damn, I've been giving too many ideas away, man. But oh man, watch them go ahead and do that too. Man, I have to go put that on Twitter or something so they can see that I came up with it. Anyway, 60 plus. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Thank you for that. Golly, you would think like that's common sense. That clearly is not common enough. Saying what you got? If they brought back Taxi Cab Confessions and Dream on, I don't know what, I don't care what they call it. Yeah, I don't know if I watched a lot of Taxi Cab Confessions, but sure, why not? Sure, why not? Thank you so much for that contribution too. I appreciate you. Let's see, John, what you got? When I saw this, I thought Cinemax bought them out. They just try to call it Max. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I really did think the same thing because like Cinemax and Max, that works. Now, okay, I know some of y'all know this. Cinemax used to have another name that we gave to it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm sure y'all gonna put it in the chat. But Cinemax had its own other street name that Warner Brothers would never use. But if they were gonna change Cinemax, yeah, make it Max, right? Y'all nasty. The fact that y'all know this is because y'all nasty. Y'all grew up and y'all a bunch of nasties. I see the comments. I'm not clicking on them either. Because I also knew that name and I called it the same thing. But I know I'm still going to judge y'all because I'm one of y'all. That's why I can judge y'all, because I'm one of y'all. Bunch of nasties. Anywho, let's move on. So within all of the announcements from Just Max, they announced a bunch of different shows. So you got Big Bang, you got matter of fact, you also had the Penguin trailer, and I would play the Penguin trailer like we normally do. However, WB has a very terrible reputation of demonetizing videos that use their material. So I'm not going to promote y'all show by playing it and doing reactions because y'all be petty, and it's not cool because you never know how many people. Now, I'm not the biggest channel in the world. I'm not saying that, but you never know what kind of reach certain creators have, and y'all sit here demonetizing us. Well, guess what? I'm just not going to promote your stuff. How about that? So yes, I saw the Penguin trailer. So y'all could go YouTube that on your own if you like. But the Penguin trailer, to me, it looked good. Like, it looked good. But at the same time, I'm not personally interested. I've already told y'all this, that for me, I'm not very interested in a lot of the Batman villains that are not really, because to me, a lot of the Batman villains are not that compelling. Penguin has never been that interesting to me. And there's nothing really unique about Penguin in this case, because this is a very grounded series. That does not mean it's going to be bad. That does not mean, I'm not going to watch it. I am going to watch it. But at the same time, that trailer looked like every other mobster type of thing, that we've seen before. So, it is what it is. I thought it was all right. Some people love it, and that's great. I love the fact that some other people love it. I'm not that interested in a Penguin series, but I will give it a shot because I think Matt Reeves is pretty creative. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, y'all can go watch that trailer if you want to, but it ain't happening here. Now, the other thing that we did get, the other news, was that we got a more official Harry Potter update. Now, we already talked about the Harry Potter update before but it wasn't official. Now we actually have Warner Brothers Discovery telling us, yes, we're doing it, it's happening, and we got a little bit more details about what's actually going to happen now with the Harry Potter series. So what we have here is an adaptation officially ordered at HBO Max. That's right, it's still HBO Max, and it is going to feature an entirely new cast. Here's what they have ended up saying. Let's see. A Harry Potter TV series is officially moving forward. Each season of the show will be based on one of the books in the franchise with Warner Brothers Discovery, describing the show as a decade-long series. It will feature an entirely new cast from the film. A decade? A decade? How many Harry Potter books was it? Wasn't it like 7? I never read the book, so I don't know. A decade is 10 years. Now, okay, first of all, y'all sure y'all want to do that? I mean, the interesting thing is Harry Potter is not necessarily dated. You know, like you're already talking about going into a world that's fictional, full of magic and all this other stuff. There's nothing about the current Harry Potter movies that feels dated to me. Like I feel like I could sit here, watch those movies, and they're gonna feel just fine, right? But you're talking about moving over to a TV series. And my concern is if the movies still hold up, they still hold up very well. And now you're doing a series. I don't really understand what's going to happen. Now some people have said that they're going to explore more themes in the books or from the books. And that's fine. Maybe the movies couldn't do all that. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. And then you bring in a new cast, but you're doing an order for a decade. What if the first season flops? What if the second season sucks? What if the third season, fourth season, fifth season sucks? What if the ratings go down? What if y'all lose subscribers? What if people don't watch because J.K. Rowling is involved? Now, let me grab this real quick. It also says here, Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of my books. This is from J.K. Rowling. Actually, okay, so they did announce that she's going to be an executive producer. So she is going to be a producer. She's not going to be the main showrunner, but she will be a producer. And she said, Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of my books is important to me, and I'm looking forward to being a part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by long-form television series. Okay, so she's saying that, like, hey, she wants to make sure that all of this stuff gets taken care of and that it's explored deeply and it's right. And I get that. But a lot of people don't like J.K. Rowling. Okay. They don't like a lot of the things that she has said. They don't like a lot of the positions that she has taken. I am not going to get into the political stuff with it. But I will just say, as an outsider who's not involved in that conversation, as an outsider looking in, when I read the comments about the people that attacked J.K. Rowling, you would think she was Hitler incarnate. And I just be like, damn, like, okay, like I understand and I see how much people just don't mess with her. Because every time I see a headline, it's she's getting trolled or people are hating on her or whatever. So I do think there's some risk in the fact that Warner Brothers is partnering up with her. Maybe that's a contractual thing. Maybe they can't do anything Harry Potter related without her. I don't know. But to put your foot all the way in for 10 years, that's a steep commitment. And you gonna bring her along? She can't do no interviews. Like, she can't. You can't put her in the series at all. You cannot put her in the little behind the scenes and stuff, after the episode. You cannot. She can't show up. I'm just saying, from a PR standpoint, she gonna mess y'all up. Because if y'all gonna have that 10 years, whoo, that's a problem. So because I remember some people almost didn't even want to buy that game that they had. What was that? The Hogwarts um Legacy. I don't know, whatever that game was. But I don't know. So there is that potential that this could be one of the best shows ever. Harry Potter has a deep following. Um, and maybe it grabs new audiences. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think about JK coming back to be a part of this. The fact that they're invested for 10 years, supposedly, with this series, and you're going to get a brand new cast. New Harry, new Hermione, new all of them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Zia. They definitely about to give him that Ezra Miller press. Yeah, that limited PR, the limited press. They are going to give to him. That's it. Let's see. We got Rhaegar, what you got? E-Man, are you not watching the Bulls? They just won tonight. Well, I was gonna watch the Bulls because I was gonna record it. And yeah, I was gonna watch it after the live because I'm live right now, so I can't watch the game while I'm live. And I was gonna wait to see what happened on the recording, but I know they won now. So thank you for that. I appreciate the contribution. Go Bulls. All right, moving on. Storm, what you got? Storm, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I heard Anthony Mackie is gonna be a 5th year Potter House. That's back to back, huh? That was back to back. Wow, that was. You guys are really having a good night tonight. I see. Very, very good night. Very good night. All right. Let's move on. Thank you, Storm Shadow. Thank you. That's what we on tonight. All right. All right. Let's move on. All right, let's kind of stay in the realm of magic and crazy stuff. More updates from HBO. We had talked about this the other day, last week, when it was the Game of Thrones spinoff. So it was announced that we were going to get an Aegon Targaryen spinoff. And sorry, I had to check on the babies. We were getting an Aegon Targaryen spinoff, and that was going to be the new Game of Thrones series. Great, right? Okay, cool. Sounds fine. Looks like we about to get us another Game of Thrones spinoff, and this is going to be coming soon. So this Game of Thrones prequel series is called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight. That has also been ordered by HBO Max. The Game of Thrones prequel, based on George R.R. Martin's Dunk and Egg books, is officially moving forward at HBO. The series is currently titled A King of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight. The official logline states, a century before the events of Game of Thrones, 2 unlikely heroes wandered Westeros. A young, naive, but courageous knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his diminutive squire, Egg. Set in an age when the Targaryen line still holds the Iron Throne and the memory of the last dragon has not yet passed from living memory, great destinies, powerful foes, and dangerous exploits all await these improbable and incomparable friends. Okay. Well, looks like we was going to get another Game of Thrones series. Now, I don't know anything about Dunk and Egg. I've heard that the book is good. I don't know how good this is going to be as a series. So if anybody has read the book for Dunk and Egg, if you know the stories, don't spoil it, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you think if this will actually be a good series or not? Let me know, because I'm curious, and I'm wondering, like, is this side story that good? I don't know. But y'all let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and read y'all comments when y'all talk about it. I'm wondering if this is gonna have some sort of crossover appeal. Maybe this is gonna connect back to what was it? House of the Dragon. Maybe it connects things for them drag. I don't know. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's what I'm looking for. Kiki, what you got? I know you be reading this stuff. I can't wait for Duncan Egg. Y'all remember Master Aemon at Night's Watch was Egg's older brother. Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna watch them. Like, at this point, I'm Game of Thrones invested, so I'm gonna watch every single one of them. But that's interesting. I didn't know he was related to him like that. What else do we have? Because we're gonna move this along. Can we make the 3-hour mark? Can we not? Okay, let's see if we can make it under 3 hours. Replay gang, stop it, because I know y'all make fun of us every single time. Mandalorian updates. All right. Mandalorian season 3. If you've been watching this, and I probably should have saved this for our Mandalorian time when we meet up on Wednesdays and talk about it. But if you've been watching The Mandalorian, because we're gonna start doing some Star Wars talk from here on. This has not been the best series, season, I should say. Mandalorian 1 and 2 have been fantastic. Those when Mandalorian first came out, remember there was barely anything interesting on Disney Plus, right? Maybe we should call it Plus. But Mandalorian single-handedly carried Disney Plus for a minute. And when that show was gone, when the season was done, I remember there was a huge spike in subscribers dipping off. And season 2 came, and season 2 came with some fire. So season 3 has been struggling. And while it's been struggling, it's had some ups. It's had some ups. Like the last episode, it was decent. It was back on track. But a couple other episodes, not so much. You know, the whole Dr. Pershing thing with them dry biscuits. No. You know, the whole Lizzo thing, Jack Black. All these little side quests that don't mean much. Y'all could have saved that one. My man Din getting captured every other episode. Like, come on now. Come on now. So it's been suffering. And it's not just my opinion on this. It's literally what's happening to the show. Like, the season ratings are going down. They're not doing well. It says here, according to initial reports from Samba TV, Mandalorian season 3 has experienced a 20 to 25% decline in viewership compared to the previous season. Nielsen's weekly viewership numbers also confirmed a significant decrease in viewership for the season premiere compared with last season. In other words, people ain't feeling it no more. People aren't feeling it as much as they used to. And that's a problem. Because, well, we'll talk about why it's a problem a little later. But Disney and Star Wars, they need Mandalorian to keep up the momentum. They need it to keep the people going. Because you don't know if the other shows are going to be able to do and carry that load. It definitely ain't going to be Boba Fett. It's not Bad Batch. Andor, maybe. But Mandalorian right now is the centerpiece. Mandalorian right now is doing all the legwork. So if Mandalorian suffers, that might affect everybody else. It might. Now, there's still hope with Ahsoka. Still hope. But we do have a couple updates here with the Mandalorian. So one of the actors, because y'all know it's not always Pedro Pascal under the helmet. One of the actors did say something that about the finale, because the season finale is about to come up, and they did post this on their Instagram story, I believe, and it's not good news. The Mandalorian season 3 actor teases heartbreaking finale. Heartbreaking. The actor posted, "This next episode is going to make you wish you hadn't asked for more. It might just hurt too much." Yikes. Yikes. That could mean a lot of different things. I will say this without ruining things for those of y'all that have not watched, but I don't think things are going to be looking good for your boy Din. I forget which episode I said this, but I put this theory out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share this so people don't be acting like I didn't say it before. But for those of y'all that have been watching and following when we do our reactions and stuff, I told y'all I seen some signs that weren't looking good early on. I want to say it was episode 2 or 3. I started seeing some things that I was like, the way Star Wars be acting, when they show you this thing happening, it never ends very well. So I don't like it. I don't like it. It sounds like we're going to have to pull out some tissue. Talking about it hurt too much. There's a lot of things set up. Again, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but it does look like they be trying to pass the baton. They are bringing all these Mandalorians in. The show is called Mandalorian. It's not called the Din show. It ain't called the Grogu show. It ain't called like. We'll see. We'll see. How do y'all feel about that little update though for the Mandalorian? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all think he gonna kick the bucket? Do y'all think something else gonna happen? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Let me grab this comment. Rego, what you got? Wait. Did we get it? Okay. I grew up watching the movies as they came out. Rebooting so early feels like they're replacing us too. Also, I didn't spoil the game. You had the story on your screen when you went to Google. I didn't read it. I wasn't reading the stories. I skim. I don't be looking at that stuff. So, but listen, it's fine. I'm not mad. It happened. Whatever. I'm just not gonna watch the game. I'll watch the highlights. It's fine. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. I don't feel like I'm being replaced though from the Harry Potter movies or whatever. It's fine. They could do it. It's gonna be for another generation, I guess. I'll tune in, but I don't know if I'm gonna be locked in. They're gonna have to show me something really good and different to be locked in like that. But it is what it is. Thank you so much. Why is this going slow? Philip, Dunkin' Egg is like the Mandalorian in Westeros, but the good seasons. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing. Okay. All right. So you probably have like the warrior and the young boy and all. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, Philip. I appreciate that. And thank you for the contribution as well. Dwight, what's going on, man? Dave Filoni's shows move slowly. Have to have patience. That is very true. Clone Wars took a while, but it was worth it. Rebels took a while, but it was worth it. Dave Filoni, absolutely, yeah. He, even though I want to say Mandalorian is more Jon Favreau than it is Dave Filoni, still the same outcome. Now, Dave Filoni is behind Ahsoka, so I'm here for that, but yeah, that right there is definitely something I am interested in for sure. Let's see what else. Thank you again for that. Storm Shadow, what you got? I think the other seasons had an objective and stories happened around that objective. Now it's like, what's the main objective? Yeah, no, I mean, listen, and this is kind of the problem I have with Disney overall right now, and because it's not just Star Wars. Marvel got the same issue, but maybe they're moving away from it. The main objective at first was to develop Din. But I told y'all, if y'all watch the breakdowns when I do my Mandalorian breakdowns, I told you every season was usually Din was first, but it was also every season was adding something to Grogu's character, right? Every time. So we had the impression that this was Din's story. He was the face, but it really was about Grogu, right? And as Grogu was developing and as Din was the face, that was cool. But then when you get to season 3, they take a step back. They're taking a step back, and now it's really the Bo-Katan show, right? And my only issue is y'all shouldn't have made Bo-Katan come into Mandalorian show and take over. Not to say I'm not enjoying her story. What I'm saying is y'all should have just made this a different series. You really should have just made it a different series. Call it the Bo-Katan series. I don't care what you want to call it, but make it a different series and then just have Din and them feature in it. They could be the background. That's fine. Because, and I was having an argument with my friend about this where I was like, it's not a problem if you have characters featured into your show. That's not a problem. But it's about the percentage of screen time. So whoever the lead character or characters are, they should at least have 50 to 60% of the screen time minimum. Why? Because that's who we came here to see, right? So it was a problem in Boba Fett because Boba Fett, you're coming here to learn more about Boba Fett. His name is in the title. We want to learn more about Boba Fett. But y'all brought in Mando and Grogu for like 2.5 episodes. And they took over the show. Boba Fett wasn't even seen. This man barely had 95% screen time in one episode. That is a problem. And I tell people this because, once again, I can love The Mandalorian, but if I'm coming into Boba Fett, I want to see Boba Fett. If I go to an Asian restaurant because I want some Chinese food, don't bring me no Mexican food. Yes, I like Mexican food, but that's not what I came for. I came to get my egg rolls and my shrimp fried rice and a couple other things. Like, that's what I want. Am I going to eat the taco? Yes, I'm going to eat the taco. But don't go bringing me a whole burrito and some other stuff too. So yes, in terms of what the objective is now, they're changing it where now they want to basically tell a larger story through the Mandalorian story with other characters that happen to be Mandalorians. And I don't think that that's a good move. I don't think that. But even if that's the case, some of the stories have been lacking too. The main objective is obviously to retake Mandalore, but they be going on these side quests and these other things that are kind of distracted. Like what happened in episode 7 could have been huge if that was episode 4. If you had given us in episode 4, man, this show would have kept up the same energy and pace that it had in the past. But they try and do too much, in my opinion. But thank you for that. What do we have? Oh man, Glover, thank you so much for that. Oh man, that's so wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate you for that contribution. Really means a lot. Okay, let's move on. So we got that Mandalorian news. All right, the time's a ticking. I might have to hurry a little bit. Let's kind of move over and do just some more Star Wars stuff because the Star Wars news basically came out and it was a lot of announcements that came out from Kathleen Kennedy during Star Wars Celebration. And I'm not going to play it today. Matter of fact, I'll save it. Maybe we'll watch it. If y'all remind me, maybe we'll watch it. The Ahsoka trailer dropped. Maybe we'll watch it after the season finale of The Mandalorian. So somebody please remind me so that we can have it set up and played on Wednesday for that live. But we'll play it then. I don't want to. I want to try and hurry up a little bit. But one thing that we did learn in the Ahsoka trailer, first of all, Rosario Dawson. You had me at Rosario. That was it. Like, that was it. That's all I needed. But we also got reintroduced, in case you watch Rebels, to Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is going to be the next big bad that we're going to encounter. And one of the announcements that came up, which was really cool, was the fact that Lars Mikkelsen is going to be coming back as the villain as well. And I think that is fantastic because, again, if you've watched Rebels, which you should, he was the original voice of the character. And, put him in some makeup or whatever, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. So it's really dope that we're getting Grand Admiral back. I love that announcement. But the biggest news that we got from, or one of the bigger news items that we got from this Star Wars celebration was that guess who's back? That's right. Daisy Ridley is going to come back as Rey in a new Star Wars film. Wait a minute. Now, you already know. You've been following this channel. I have been super sus when it comes to Star Wars announcing movies. Okay. Whenever they say they got a movie, I'll be like, wait a minute. No, I don't believe you. I need to see the trailer. I need to see movie tickets going on sale. Then I need to see the movie like actually playing in the theater. Because y'all been announcing movies ever since 2018 or something, and ain't nothing ever happened. Nothing happened. But I will say, I do think, and I'm stupid. I am stupid for even believing this. I do think that this actually has some traction. I do believe that they're actually going to make this happen. I have no reason to believe it, but my gut is telling me that we're actually going to get Rey to come back in a Star Wars movie. Now, let me just say this. In the new trilogy, it was trash. The new trilogy was terrible. I am one of those people that liked The Last Jedi. I don't care if you didn't like it. Okay? I liked it. The reason why I liked The Last Jedi was because as someone who watched every Star Wars movie and watched all of the Star Wars, TV series up until that time, The Last Jedi was the only Star Wars movie to have some guts and do some things that were not predictable. That's why I like The Last Jedi. I loved Rogue One, by the way. But the trilogy as a whole was gutter booty trash. It was atrocious. They had no plan at all. They literally were like, let's just throw lightsabers and the Force at the wall and see what sticks. And it was terrible. It still made money. Somehow, same way Palpatine returned, somehow it still made a lot of money. But, and it's sad because not only did they do Kelly Marie Tran bogus, they also did my man John Boyega bogus, but they also did Rey bogus too. I think a lot of the writing was terrible for her. And it sucks because she was the face of the trilogy. She was the face of the whole trilogy. And guess what? You got to go down with the ship. You got to go down with the ship. I don't think she was a problem. I thought her acting was fine. But my goodness, all of the back and forth and I'm a Palpatine, I'm a nobody. No, I'm a Palpatine. No, I'm a Skywalker. Like, what? It was terrible. So I'm really hoping that whatever they plan on doing with her is something that is going to help redeem her and her character. I hope. Redemption is possible in Star Wars. And I'm old enough to know because I remember Hayden Christensen who played Anakin Skywalker in the prequels, was eviscerated. This man was made fun of so bad because the prequels, no matter what public memory wants to tell you today, were not well received when they first came out. But Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars, and the Clone Wars took that terrible version of Anakin Skywalker and expanded his character over a long series and showed you the progression of how he really went to the dark side. And man, that character got salvaged so well. It was so well received because now when the Obi-Wan series came out, and even that was mid, had some good points, but it was mid. Hayden Christensen came back and people was like, we love you, Hayden. All because of Clone Wars. Clone Wars saved them. So I'm hoping that this new movie redeems Rey and her character in some way. I wish John Boyega would come back, pick up a lightsaber, stop running after Rey. Rey, I have something to tell you that I'm never going to tell you, but I got to tell you because that's what's in the lines in the script. I hope they do my man John Boyega right. Because Finn was done the dirtiest. They marketed Finn as a potential Jedi and sent us all clean off by having him be a literal nobody. Now, for the record, John Boyega has said that he does not want to come back to Star Wars. He said he's good with it. He's done, whatever. Personally, in my heart, I wish that he would come back. I wish he would come back. And if he doesn't come back, I'd be fine if they recast Finn. I'd be fine with that. If y'all just have the character keep going, that's fine. And there might be room for that. There might be. Because we do have some details about what this new Rey movie could be. And this was from Kathleen Kennedy. Says that the new Star Wars movie is going to find the Jedi in disarray 15 years after the rise of Skywalker. Okay. Let's see. It says Ridley's new Star Wars movie will follow Rey as she builds a new Jedi Order. Star Wars fans will pick up with Rey well over a decade after Rise of Skywalker. Kennedy goes on and says, well, we're 15 years out from Rise of Skywalker, so we're post-war, post-First Order, and the Jedi are in disarray. There's a lot of discussion around who are the Jedi? What are they doing? What's the state of the galaxy? She's attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order based on the books, based on what she promised Luke, and that's where we're going. As for whether Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker could be involved in the film via flashback or Force Ghost, Kennedy says, I don't know if we'll spend a lot of time in flashbacks or on Force Ghosts or things like that, but certainly the spirit of what he represents to her is going to be significant. Ma'am, you sound like you ain't got a plan again. Nothing you just said gave me a lot of confidence that you know what you're going to do moving forward. And this is a shame because I don't jump on that bandwagon of like trying to attack Kathleen Kennedy, because when you look at that woman's track record, she puts out classic movies. Like as a producer, she puts Kevin Feige to shame as a producer. As a producer for Star Wars, it's been shaky for the movies. She does great with the TV shows. The movies, not so much. She'll say, hey, this writer's coming, this director, this writer, this director, and nothing ever happens. So lately, she's been on shaky ground. And yes, some people have been saying that she's going to be on her way out as well. But she's like, yo, before I go, y'all going to get this new trilogy. New trilogy. And a lot of that is because we just found out from her as well that we're going to get more. And James Mangold, Dave Filoni are going to direct new Star Wars movies. She said here, Mango's movie will go back to the dawn of the Jedi, while Filoni's movie will focus on the New Republic and close out the interconnected stories that are told in the series, including The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and other Disney Plus shows. Now, before I go on with that, let me just say that does have me a little worried. It has me a little worried because I remember I told y'all that I thought it would be a good idea if HBO were to take the Game of Thrones series and the last season make it into a movie. That's kind of sort of what Star Wars is doing now. But there's a difference. HBO had like the number one show with Game of Thrones. That show had us in the chokehold all year, for years. Lucasfilm, Star Wars right now, that's a lot of different shows to set up for a movie. You got The Mandalorian, you got Ahsoka, you got The Book of Boba Fett, and you got other Disney Plus shows, and all of that, which means you're going to have to watch all of that to make sense of whatever new movie to bring everything together. That sounds like a tall order. That sounds like a very, very tall order. I think actually here, there's some more quotes here from Kennedy when she was asked about the big cast of characters that was going to be in Dave Filoni's big ultimate movie. She said, I hesitate to say it's a big meetup from just those series because Dave has been developing Star Wars storytelling inside Clone Wars and Rebels, and so much of the work he has done for 20 years. So it will be little bits of all of that. There are a lot of sources he's drawing from to see where we're going. Many expect this movie to be a large-scale Avengers-style crossover. And Jon Favreau and Filoni basically noted that, like, this movie is still 6 or 7 years out. Filoni said, I think in a certain way, yes, but it's definitely developed out of the stories we've been doing. So I stand corrected. Not only do you have to watch The Mandalorian and Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett and other Disney Plus shows, you're going to have to watch The Bad Batch. You're going to have to watch Clone Wars, and you're going to have to watch Rebels. That's a lot. That is a lot to ask anybody to go in and watch those things. Marvel didn't even do that. When we talking about an Avengers style anything, we at least had multiple movies to build up to that. But y'all talking about multiple TV shows. TV shows, I just showed y'all The Mandalorian's already suffering in terms of ratings. TV shows, you don't even know if everybody's even watched or even liked. That's a very, very tall order. So I feel bad for a lot of people that ain't watched everything and caught up because they're gonna feel left out. And I feel bad for Star Wars because to create that level of a barrier, I don't know if y'all finna get some $2 billion movie out of that. I don't think that's a good game plan, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, she does talk a little bit more. Okay, so Mango talks about, now, by the way, Mango's the guy that did Logan. He directed Logan. And he's going to be directing the new Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny. So my man's got some talent. Okay, let's not forget. But he says here that for his movie, because remember, his movie is gonna go back to the beginning of the Jedi. He says it's a chance to tell the entire story of its own, the birth of the Force. When I first talked to Kathy about it, I just said, I just see this opening to make kind of a Ben-Hur or Ten Commandments about the birth of the Force. The Force has become a kind of religious legend that spans through all of these movies, But where did it come from? How was it found? Who found it? Who was the first Jedi? And that's what I'm writing. I'm writing now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I trust James Mangold. I'm cool with him. I'm just gonna say that I'm a little worried because I hope you don't show too much. I remember when the prequels came out. Now, I wasn't a deep Star Wars fan at that point, so I didn't really care. But I remember when the first prequel came out and fans were pissed and annoyed when they started talking about midichlorians. People was like, why are you telling us this? Because now what it ended up doing was that it removed some of the mystique, some of the intrigue from the Force. Oh, it's just something you got to be born with. You know, now they tried to make up for that though. They tried to make up for it because, hey, if you got midichlorians, then now we can make clones and boom, Palpatine can come back. All right, whatever. But I am a little concerned that, you know, you can eat a sausage, but you don't want to know how that sausage is made. You know, sometimes you don't need to see how everything came about. Now, if you want to talk about the first Jedi, you want to talk about the first person that came around, I get that. That's fine. But don't spoil where the Force comes from, what it's all about. Like, I don't need to know all the details. I like the fact that I don't know. Matter of fact, Clone Wars gave you a perfect episode where they showed you the aspects of the Force. I thought that was dope. And they left it to the point where, you know, did it happen? Did it not happen? We don't know. So, like, if you want to play around like that, that's cool. But like the way he's talking about it, it looked like he about to show you everything. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't, but I don't know. Because I mean, again, one of the best things is just not knowing. And that makes it cool to me. But we'll see. Oh, and then there's also another little tidbit. Obey Chinoy's film. She's gonna be the one that's going to be doing the events of 2019's Rise of Skywalker. She's gonna do the movie where Rey builds the new Jedi Order. And just so everyone knows, Obey Chinoy is the first woman and the first person of color to direct a Star Wars movie. So I guess that means we're gonna have to wait for people to be mad because it's woke. I mean, I don't know if it's woke. I don't care. I don't even understand if you could make Star Wars woke because it's all fictional in another galaxy. So whatever. But kudos to Star Wars for finally, after like 50 years, getting somebody that just thought from a different background to give a different perspective. Thank you. Doesn't have to be only all white men. You can have these stories be told by other the fact that this is the first woman and the first person of color after all these years of Star Wars, that's just a shame. It's just a shame. Now, the TV side, they do better. It's inclusive, it's diverse, that's fine. But golly, all these movies, it's just the same. Y'all got 9 movies out there, and y'all couldn't find nobody else? Man. Shame, shame, shame. Was there anything else? Okay. Kathleen also talked about how Rian Johnson, that movie's just not gonna happen. We all knew that was not gonna happen. She said, Ryan and I talk all the time. He is unbelievably busy, so we're not actively involved in anything at the moment because he's doing another one of the Glass Onion movies, and then God knows what else. But he really wants to step back into the space. It's a big commitment of time, so that's really on him. Ma'am, you didn't have to tell us that. We knew that wasn't gonna happen. We knew that was not gonna happen. None of them was gonna happen. You've been talking about this person gonna do this person gonna do that. Not one thing panned out except for the TV stuff. Okay, we knew that. You ain't have to give us no explanation. She does talk about Taika Waititi, though. Taika is still working away. He's writing the script himself. He doesn't really want to bring others into the process, and I don't blame him. He has a very, very unique voice. So we want to protect that, and that's what he's doing. But we're going to make that one day. Ooh, why you lying? Oh, why you lying? Why you lying? Let me go back. Because that was a straight lie. That was, ma'am, hold on. Let's put that, let's make that right there. What's the key word? We gonna make that one day. We gonna make it one day. Really? One day? That ain't never gonna happen. Taika's movie's never gonna happen. One day. You know what? Listen, I tell my kids one day, Daddy, can we go to Disney World again? Yeah, one day. One day. I don't know when that's gonna be, but one day. Yeah. Yeah, we can. Taika ain't gonna have no movie. None. She does talk about Obi-Wan, though. Second season of the series for Obi-Wan. She ended up saying that is not an active development, but I never say never, because there's always the possibility that ain't gonna happen either. Ma'am, stop the interviews. Stop the interview. None of it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's done. I'm sorry. It's done. It's just not gonna happen. So, anywho, those were all the Star Wars updates. Y'all let me know, what did you think about the updates? What do you think about Rey? What do you think about these 3 movies that are coming out? What's gonna happen before with the Jedi, what's happening after, and all that. Y'all let me know. What do you think in the comments down below? Does the future of Star Wars look bright, or is it gonna be more of the same? Let me know what you think. All right, now let's move on to the last topic for tonight, and that is going to be the Marvels hate. Yes, that is right. Surprise, surprise. People are already hating on the Marvels. Wait, I'm sorry. I have comments. Let me go grab those. Let's go back. My bad, y'all. Let me go back. I got to go all the way back. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I want to respect those that donated and put those comments. Okay. Think I'm caught up. Okay, quiet one. What you got? If the showrunners don't raise the stakes by the second or third episode of a season, you begin to lose your audience engagement and investment in the story. That's facts. That's facts. Like, I try not to judge a story or a season by just like the first episode. I try to at least give it multiple chances, right? So, for example, I'm watching Succession right now. I'm all the way to episode 8. It's good, it's decent, but it hasn't lived up to the hype that people have gotten and talked about Succession for me yet. So I'm gonna give it I'm gonna watch it to the rest of the season and see where it goes. At the same time, Andor, I watched the first 4 episodes. It did not grab me. I did not care. And there was one little thing that made me care a little bit, and that's because I just found out a certain character was always in it, and I didn't know that. So now that gave me a little bit more interest to finish it. But then first 4 episodes of Andor were not encouraging for me. I've heard people say it's a great show. I'm not going to say it's bad, but it did lose my interest because I'm like, yo, we halfway through and I don't care. So you're right. You have a very good point with that. And I totally agree. Quiet one again. They need to not rush Rey's character arc this time around and make the storyline payoffs deliver and matter. That sounds like they just need a plan. They need a plan. They need to actually tell the story, and that'll go a long way. The basics. Do the basics. So I'm with you, and hopefully they do that, and it's all good. We'll see. All right, let's get back to track here. All right, what was I saying now? The Marvels, big surprise. People are big mad about the Marvels. People are, and we know the types. It's not a surprise. It's actually the same people from before. They got a big problem with the Marvels. It's too woke. It's all these women. It's the MCU. Yada, 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 yada. So, of course, the Marvels trailer came out. Now, I did my reaction to the Marvels trailer with y'all. And I told y'all, I was like, I mean, it was okay. Like, it just doesn't, it didn't blow me away. I didn't hate it and I didn't love it. It didn't blow me away. It didn't get me super excited. But it was never anything for me to like go give it a thumb down. It was never anything for me to go out and belittle it. It was never anything for me to go troll and trash it, right? It just was not. But that didn't stop other folks because folks are going to troll because that's just the world we live in. So for the Marvel trailer, of course, it got a whole lot of dislikes, despite like the huge number pouring that it got, the uptick in views. So the trailer had 7.6 million views. 7.6 million. So, and that was just in 11 hours. So it received 214,000 dislikes on the YouTube channel compared to 318,000 likes. So people were just not liking it. Oh, look at this. There was a good quote here too. Somebody put with great wokeness comes great brokenness and fatigue. Okay, whatever. I listen, I don't get down with all that stuff. I'm not insecure to the point where if I see women on screen, I think it's gonna be bad. Um, and even if I'm not interested in something, I'm not about to go out there and ruin other people's experiences with it. I'm not gonna go, bombing it and disliking everything. It's like, yo, get a life. Like, get a life. Seriously. If you don't like it, just don't go watch it. Just don't watch it. It's weird energy. It's really, really weird energy. But let me tell you this, because I didn't want to really talk about the fact that it's getting review bombed. That was something that everybody really anticipated, and a lot of people already knew um, how this was going to happen, and that this was going to happen. Everybody knew that this was inevitable, and it's that part, the part that makes it inevitable, that I kind of want to talk to y'all about real quick. And it was so funny because we knew this wave of ignorant trolling was going to happen. Okay? And let me be clear when I say ignorant trolling. I'm not talking about people who watched the trailer and was just like, it's not for me. I don't like it. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about the people that go out their way to talk about how woke it is and all these women, this and MCU. I'm talking about those people, right? Because we expected this to happen, because we knew that this was going to happen, something else is starting to happen that I'm concerned about. And what I'm concerned about is people taking the negative backlash from these trolls. And let's be honest, this is not a huge number of people relative that are going to make like a huge dent in the movie's box office. Because even if it was like 2,000 people, 200,000 people, whatever, one, half of y'all probably still going to go watch the movie anyway because y'all like to hate watch. People like to literally go watch things that they hate just so that they can talk about it. Again, weird. And even the people that don't want to see it at all, y'all not finna hurt the box office that much. Ooh, it loses $10 million. Oh, well, $10 million is not a big difference. But what does have me concerned is people making up excuses for this movie. Okay? So what I'm saying now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm very concerned about people saying, because this movie has trolls, because this movie has haters, if the movie doesn't do well, it's because of that. Does that make sense? You even saw this. Rolling Stone came out with a whole article because Brie Larson's Marvels already has fanboys in their feelings, right? And it goes in and it talks about, again, the trolls and everybody that were having an issue with Brie Larson. Now, for some of y'all that don't know, there are people that are like, why do people hate Brie Larson? Like, why does she get all this hate? Now, this goes back to like an award ceremony. It was at a women's director conference or something like that. So it was like a women's award show, director award show. And in this when she was giving her announcement, she basically was like, look, Hollywood right now, when it comes to critics, and this was like in 2016, 2017, she was like, when it comes to critics, the people that go out and review the movies that literally dictate whether a movie gets made or not, or if it gets good appeal or praise or not, vast majority are white men. She didn't lie. That was true. The vast majority of critics, even to this day, are white males. So her point was also saying we need to diversify. We need to increase the numbers. We need more women, people that are like either directing or that are being critics. We need more people that are people of color to be critics or, to direct and stuff like that. She never said white men go away. She never said that. But that's the way some people that are, again, doing a lot of this illogical attacking, that's the way they interpret it. They hear diversity inclusion and they take it as you're trying to exclude me. No, that's not how that works. Just because we're bringing more people to the table does not mean you have to give up your seat. You can still sit there. You can still have a voice. All she was asking for was for more people that come from different backgrounds that have not traditionally had a voice to have a seat at that same table. But again, people have misinterpreted that and be like, oh, this is an attack on my white manhood, because it's only predominantly white men that are having this big issue with Brie Larson. Within that demographic, I'm not talking about all of them, but the people that are doing this are predominantly white men, and they hate her. They hate her. Like anything she does, they troll her, whatever. Again, it's not for me. I don't really care, but whatever. So here's my concern. Because as I mentioned, I said that I think we're getting to the point in society on the dialogue that I see where I noticed that a lot of people are like trying to protect the Marvels, the movie, because of all the vitriol and trolling that's happening with this very loud small group. And my issue is I don't think any movie should get protected, because I'm the type of person, I judge it on its own merit. I think that if a movie bombs or if it fails, it's probably because it's just not good enough. Like Shazam. I don't care if people were bombing it or doing or whatever they were saying, like, because people was all like, oh, no, Zachary Levi was like, oh, the Snyder fans and da 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 da. The Snyder fans didn't hurt your movie. Your movie just wasn't good enough. So my concern with the Marvels is I hope people judge it on its own merit and not blame any of these negative trolls online if the movie doesn't do well. With that said, I do have four main concerns with the Marvels. And these four concerns are why I don't think the Marvels are going to live up to the same success that the last movie made, Captain Marvel. The last Captain Marvel movie made about $1 billion in the box office. I don't think the Marvels is going to come close to that. And I got four reasons why. First one, you have a much shortened release window. When the first Captain Marvel came out, this was before the pandemic, movies were able to be out longer. We had that 90-day window. So if you didn't watch it the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, you had 3 months to go to the movies, to pay your money, and to add on to it, and to eventually see it before it came on to home video streaming, whatever. So because of that, that's number one. I don't think it's going to be able to have enough time in theaters to get to that Billy mark and really, catch up to what the first movie made. The second issue, you don't have the Endgame effect. The Endgame effect was basically right after Infinity War. When that movie came out, we was thirsty for anything Marvel had coming up next. It did not matter. Y'all could have put a Groot special with just Groot saying, "I am Groot" for 2 hours, and we would have watched it. That's how thirsty we were after Infinity War. We were so thirsty that we literally made Ant-Man 2 the highest grossing movie in the Ant-Man franchise. Ant-Man 2 has made the most money out of Ant-Man 1 and 3 and 2 all together. That's how thirsty we were for watching this stuff. And Captain Marvel got that Endgame boost because we was like, look, after Infinity War, we need to know what you got. What you got? What you gonna show us, man? And that movie got $1 billion. Now, there was also another effect going on too. This was Marvel's first female-led movie. Great. And that's coming off the heels of Wonder Woman. Remember, Wonder Woman came out and blew people away, made $800 million. People were like, yo, female-led superhero movies can do damage like that? So you coming off the heels of Wonder Woman, you coming off the heels of Infinity War, and Endgame is right around the corner. It was the perfect storm to make Captain Marvel great. Now, Captain Marvel, the movie, is not good. Critically, it did not do very well. Fan reception, not so much. It is in the bottom levels. Wherever you want to put your ranking, it's at the bottom for most people's all-time MCU movies. So you had a bad movie that made a lot of money at the right time and the right circumstances. You don't have that perfect storm with the Marvels. You don't have nothing that's before or after it that's really getting the people excited to go see this specific movie. So that's my second reason. Short window, no Endgame effect. My other concern, I haven't seen the Marvel, so I don't know, but this is a concern. If you change the tone of the Marvels, that might hurt it. I've already explained to y'all before that changing the tone within a franchise has been problematic for Marvel so far. You have not seen this done otherwise, except for Thor: Love and Thunder, and it still came back to bite them in the butt. What do I mean by changing the tone? What I'm talking about is when you start off a franchise, and let's just say the franchise is 50% comedy. Let's go with Ant-Man. Because if you go back and watch the first Ant-Man movie, it's not slapstick humor. It's funny, but it's not funny all the time. So when you watch the first Ant-Man, they go like, about 40% humor. Second Ant-Man, it was about 45, 50% humor. Ant-Man 3, MODOK, I have holes. They started going with slapstick humor. That didn't work out very well. Thor started off more serious, right? Maybe 80% serious. Of course, you're still going to have a joke in there once in a while. But 1 and 2 were terrible. They were not good movies. And then Thor Ragnarok came around. Because Thor 1 and 2 was so bad, Thor 3 came around and blew us away. We didn't even care that they went up to about 45% humor, 50% humor. We didn't care. Because them other movies were so terrible, we was just glad that you did something that made sense and it was entertaining. And then Thor 4? Thor 4 came up with 70% humor. You cracking jokes while people dying from cancer. You got goats screaming everywhere. You got Zeus taking people's clothes off and stuff. Not a good look. Changing the tone from what was already built up and expected is not a good look. So my third concern with the Marvels, don't get too silly. Because people talking about like, oh, this trailer looks fun. That's great. But Captain Marvel, the character and the movie was not fun. You know what's fun? Deadpool is fun. Deadpool was, you know what you're getting in Deadpool. Deadpool is in there for the comedy, the jokes. That's fun. You know what was also fun? Ms. Marvel, the TV series. That was fun. That was not something I walked into to take seriously at all. You talking about Kamala Khan, who was sitting here daydreaming, doodling, and making jokes and all that. That was fun. And that was okay. Because that was good for the character and it made sense within that little franchise. That made sense. But I'm saying, if you start off with Captain Marvel, because go back and watch that movie, it's not a fun movie. It has a couple fun things in it, but it's not a fun movie. If you go from Captain Marvel with, let's say, 35% fun, and if you go up to 65% in the Marvels, I think that's going to have a negative effect. I think. So, to recap, I got shortened window, no end game effect, changing the tone. Last thing, and I just talked about this with Star Wars. You have the Disney Plus dependency. When you look at the Marvels, you have 3 characters now. 3 characters. So one, you're going to have to watch the first Captain Marvel movie to even know who Carol Danvers is. But who's going to know who Monica Rambeau is? Now, we know because we're nerds. We watch this stuff, right? But who's going to know that in the general audience? You think the general audience watched all of WandaVision? And she was a supporting character in WandaVision. That's a tall order to ask right there. Then you got Kamala Khan, who's just popping off of her own show. You going to have people watch Ms. Marvel too? Because if you only watch Captain Marvel and then all of a sudden you just walking in and you like, yo, who's Kamala Khan? Yo, who's Monica Rambeau? Wait, why is Monica even in space? What is going on? That's a lot to ask the audience. And this is something that even before, what was it? During phase 3, you didn't need to watch anything because there was no Disney Plus, right? You didn't have to watch a bunch of shows to step into a Marvel movie. When Black Panther came out, some people watched that as the first comic book movie they ever seen because it was an easy entry point. But now in phase 5, unless you're doing something like Shang-Chi or a completely brand new character, the reliancy, the to be reliant on all these other previous things, it's getting stronger and it's becoming more necessary. You could not walk into Doctor Strange 2 without watching WandaVision first. Because if you had been watching all the movies, and if you had came from Infinity War to Endgame and you go straight into Doctor Strange 2, you'd be like, yo, why is Wanda tripping? When did Wanda turn evil? What happened? You wouldn't know. You was like, yo, wasn't she at the funeral? What happened? So I am very concerned that the short window, potentially changing the tone, having the Endgame effect not help, and being very dependent on Disney Plus, I don't think that this is a good recipe for the Marvels. I hope it does very well. I'm going to go watch it. But like I said, those factors are kind of sort of making me wonder, is this movie only going to make 400 million? Maybe 5? I don't know. So those are just my concerns. I'm rooting for Nia DaCosta, the director, first Black female director for Marvel, by the way. I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for all 3 women in the Marvels. I hope they do well. I'm just concerned about basically the system around the movie, and I don't know if it's the best recipe for success. That's my main concern right now. So hopefully it does well. Hopefully it blows people out the water. But we will have to wait and see. And I really hope that if the movie doesn't do well, people don't use the whole troll thing as an excuse. Don't make an excuse for movies. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's just bad. Don't matter. Because good movies have made other people shut up in the past. Those same people that was making fun of Daniel Craig for James Bond, they shut up real fast when Casino Royale came out and it was fire. So I don't want to hear no excuses. Anyway, that's all we got. Thank y'all so much. I completely failed at going under 3 hours. But that's life. That is life. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I really do. Y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned. I am working on a huge project. I am hopefully going to be able to get that together. But your boy is tired. I've been trying to like juggle work and this, and it's hard, but we gonna do it. I got some interviews coming up. I'm really excited to share those with y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And we're doing the season finale of Mandalorian, so stay tuned for that as well. Oh, snaps, hold on. Charlissa, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, $5 on the Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App. That was very generous of you. But anyway, y'all know the routine. Y'all have a very good weekend. Wash your hands, wash your butts, be cool. Wait, oh, did I miss you? Oh, hold on. Did I miss some? Hold on. I don't want to miss nobody. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get it. Oh, I got some. Okay. My bad. It's hot. I'm tired and I'm hungry. I apologize. Let me get them. Thank you so much. I think whoever reminded me, Rega, thank you so much for that. For reminding me. Oh my gosh, I was about to go. See, this is why I rely on y'all. Y'all know better than me. Because I'll be like, all right, y'all, bye. Good night. Boy, I was gonna shoot. It was not going to be let's see. Story. Okay, I'm caught up. I got you. Ooh, that was a close one. I would hate that too. I hate missing super chats and not giving y'all some love right back. All right, here we go. Reagan, thank you, bro. The ending of Andor was fire, peak entertainment. Especially the prison episodes, definitely worth finishing. It was just a slow burn. I hear you, and I will finish it. I've heard very similar. Thank you for not spoiling it. But yes, I am gonna watch that for sure. And finish it off. Don't you worry about that. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, and thank you for reminding me about the super chats. I think I got one more. There we go. Wraith, what you got? Diversity and inclusion is fine and necessary. However, poorly executed diversity and inclusion in regards to storytelling is a problem. I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. I would definitely agree with the fact of like just forcing it in, just putting it in without purpose or meaning hurts, right? Now does it kill something? I wouldn't say that, but I would say that, um when you force it in and you make it come off as, I don't know, like just don't mock me with it, right? Don't put somebody in for the sake of diversity inclusion and then put it in as like a PSA message, right? If you're going to do it smoothly, make the writing make sense, make the characters make sense, right? Making Black Panther white would be dumb. That would be dumb, right? Making Batman white black would be unnecessary. That would also be dumb. Why? Because I've always said I got questions. If you make, I'm not talking about the other comic versions where Batman, somebody else that was black became Batman. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you were to go make Bruce Wayne black, I got lots of questions. Where y'all get y'all family money? How do you even have a relationship with the police? Do the police see your face? I know they see your face. Like, I got more questions with that because that would be forced diversity, right? But if you do something like making the Little Mermaid black, I don't care. Why? Mermaids are fictional. It doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter. If you look at Man of Steel and they made Jimmy Olsen black, I don't care. Why? Because his race never mattered. That doesn't matter. So as long as it makes sense, then I'm cool with it and I'm with you on that. But don't be doing dumb stuff just to do it, if you're going to do it, make sure that it makes sense and there's something behind it. But anyway, I think I'm all caught up now. Now I'm done. I'm sorry to hold y'all even longer. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Have a great weekend. I will see y'all later. Peace.